Well, you're definitely not going to be able to hear me if the mic is muted. So let me do a quick mic check. Shout out to everybody out there tuning in. As you guys can see the title, breaking news. Chicago Bears trading Justin Fields to the Miami Dolphins. Let me see. Oh, man. You hear that voice? That ugly little voice? Shout out to everybody out there tuning in. Appreciate you, Kenna Ranking. Appreciate you, Harris. Get 'em Gooch. Shout out to you guys. As you guys can see from the title, let me go ahead and drop the link. Have people come up here. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on what I believe is going on. Remember, this is just what I believe. There's just too smoke, and there's smoke out there where, at some point where that smoke keeps smoking, it's eventually going to turn into fire. And I'm here to try to explain some of this because ever since the Pittsburgh Steelers, how would you say this? I mean, they stole away. The Pittsburgh Steelers stole away a bridge quarterback in Russell Wilson who could potentially have been the bridge for the next 3 years with Super Bowl upside. Super Bowl upside. And we missed out on Russell Wilson for 1.2 million when it fits this team and the salary cap issues where we were sitting with. So now you go by, some days go by, you start listening to all the reports coming out. Now there is starting to get shape back. Remember, this Justin Fields trade was going to be imminent. There was no stopping this. Caleb Williams is the consensus first number one overall pick. Move out the way, Justin Fields. He is traded. He was a hot topic. He was really hot. He was glorying. Oh, a lot of teams are going to be after Justin Fields. This team, that team. Every team was going to be out there and go ahead and trade for Justin Fields. Now his market is not popping as hot as it once was. Now you hear what's going on through all the medias. The Bears are not getting the draft pick they want. The Bears might be inclined to keeping Justin Fields, and all that scenario that's going on out there leads me to believe one thing. The Miami Dolphins are in discussions in trading for Justin Fields. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling the play. This is another Josh Rosen saga 2.0, but where in fact it's actually going to be better than the Josh Rosen because the Josh Rosen saga went and failed miserably. It failed miserably. These guys saw him in the building. They didn't like it to the point where they had to draft Tua. That's how bad the organization thought Josh Rosen was. You got to remember who's in the organization and who's running the department on offense now. It's Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel came in with the Zoom. He got the job through a Zoom meeting, and through that Zoom meeting, he was able to convince the owner that I'm going to set up a Zoom speed team around Tua, and it'll work, and we'll get some draft capital, and we'll be able to possibly move him. Because the limitations that your quarterback have, Mr. Ross, are the same that we went through in San Francisco, as I'm talking as Mike McDaniel, with Jimmy Garoppolo. So you look at the situation, how it's been unfolding. You sit here and you pay attention. A 6th-round draft pick, a 7th-round draft pick, a possibly we trade. We have 2 6 or 2 5s. We give up both of those draft picks for Justin Fields, who, if the fans now listening are paying attention, what is the real deal that has me actually sitting here thinking, wow, why is Pete sitting here tripping, actually trying to convince people that Justin Fields in Miami is a possibility when we clearly have Tua as a starter? Let's say we don't trade Tua. We can still trade for Justin Fields. You know why? You know where where the murky waters were murky located at? Let me tell you something. Now they're turning around and trying to tell us Justin Fields will be a low draft pick and he'll accept that backup role where he goes. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Now they done turned it, right? From a month and a half ago, Justin Fields was going to be traded. He's a hot commodity. He's worth a high draft pick. But Caleb Williams is generational talent. He's Mahomish. You can't pass up on Caleb. Now there's no draft capital. Ryan Pace, the GM for the Chicago Bears, guess what? He already did a bad deed. That guy's not a good salesman. He already let people know that they're pretty much going to be off Justin Fields. Justin Fields is sitting here coming off the whole situation where he scrubbed off the Chicago Bears off social media. He knows what's coming. It's not going to be a good look. But the situation where he lands at when he gets traded to the Miami Dolphins, that's going to be the best situation for Justin Fields. This is going to be the best quarterback that lands in Miami since Marino. I mean, even if you go back to college film when he was playing at Ohio State, compare his college film to Caleb Williams, the Bears will be a disaster for pulling off this trade. But I'm not going to be shocked if they do it. The Bears need to sell seats. The Bears are looking for their first 4,000-yard passer. They need something to convince them. And this is what's going on. This is why I believe the Dolphins are quiet. The Dolphins know they were able to do some of these moves. Check it out. Our new linebacker, Brooks, that guy's an ex first round draft pick. He's a stud. 3 years, 30 million. Everybody's shocked. Where did we pull off that money from? The organization is convinced they know what they're doing. Everybody that was out here screaming that Tua is going to get the bag and get the bag before March 5th, they were all loud and wrong. All of the reporters, I mean, every single beat writer, every single NFL paid person on national media that was convincing people that the Dolphins were going to extend Tua because it helps them salary cap wise so they can be potential buyers in free agency and be able to contain an elevated roster around Tua so you could consistently continue to win. Shout out to Greg, the And think about those scenarios how when it comes to fruition and this trade happens, people are going to be like, wow, Pete called it. Today, Pete is silly. Today, Pete is sounding crazy. But at the end of the day, I've convincingly told this fan base, the organization, to the fans that want to draft a quarterback in the first round, this regime is not there anymore. I would love for them to do it, but chances are they're not going to pull it. They need to be saved by a cast off, someone else that maybe they turn up. Tua is not it. The organization, and I think Stephen Ross is not bought in. Therefore, you snag a quarterback from the Chicago Bears that they're moving on because of the you see the a lot of people are sitting here, right? This is what's funny. A lot of people think the Bears are trash. Oh, the Bears suck. They're the worst team in the NFL. So Caleb Williams landing in Chicago is not a good scenario because, why would you put them on a bad team? The Bears, I think, won like 7 games, and I could be wrong, Greg. By the way, thank you for up. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm on this rant real quick. But I think the Bears won 7 games, and it was with Justin Fields. It was with that other dude, Baggett, right? That was getting a high profile. He did the Mike White to Zach Wilson. He came in one game, lit it up, and everybody was loving the dude Baggett in Chicago. And out of nowhere, they turned around. They were a 7-win team, luckily, to have the number 1 overall pick due to a bad trade from the Carolina Panthers. Therefore, they're in a situation where they believe the team is too good enough to never be in that spot again with a healthy Justin Fields all season. They don't see themselves in that number 1 spot ever again. And they are valuing this prospect, Caleb Williams, as a generational talent. So by those smoke and mirrors, what I've been talking about this whole time, how they've been up and down on Justin Fields. He's going to be traded. He's not going to be traded. He's going to be traded for a high draft pick. He's not going to be traded now for a high draft pick. This prospect is all over the air. It's everywhere. And now, through that standpoint alone, it's leading me to believe that the fact that there was absolutely zero smoke, I mean, you would probably got frostbite before you get burnt with the Russell Wilson to Miami news. And the fact that it was so secretive, the fact that it was so quiet, the fact that no media was out here and trying to steam the news to the Miami Dolphins, which helps them cap-wise. If the Dolphins find a suitor to trade Tua and get rid of that cap hell and let another team eat that, and you sit here and tell me you can't figure out a scenario in your head where late April, Justin Fields, second round, Dolphins in the first round ended up drafting, who knows what they draft, but it gets the fan base mad. Next thing you know, in the second round, they trade their second round draft pick and possibly pull the Josh Rosen all over again. And we get a generational talent, a missed talent, a underrated, underappreciated talent in Chicago, where Chicago is known that they are not quarterback savvy and know what to do at the position. They went out. I mean, this could turn around and turn Greer into a genius, let alone what Mike McDaniel will be able to do if he creates an offense to Justin Fields. I mean, I think I've said enough. Shout out to Greg for pulling up, first one in the building. Mounty, appreciate you too. Everybody out there listening, I'm dropping the link. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you feel. And you already know what it is. NFL free agency frenzy. Any popping news, anything happens, be free to let us know, and we'll be out here to discuss it. What's up, guys?
Listen,
Am I
P,
crazy?
I hope you're right. I hope the Dolphins swingle a deal for Justin Fields. I hope we draft a quarterback possibly. But I can't see it happening because this team is just pushing the Tua narrative. And we're at that point again that we're going to pay Tua, and I hate to admit that to everybody. They're not drafting anyone. They're not going to trade for Fields. They're not going to sign Jimmy G. They're going to pay this guy $50 million, and then if things go south next year, we're stuck with this guy, and the new GM's going to be stuck with this guy. It's a clown show. I'm sick of it. And everyone out here is praising Chris Greer for the moves we made. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate any of the players we brought in, but the fact that you're all praising Chris Greer for what? Do you realize Andrew Van Ginkel? He got paid 2 years, $20 million. So that means he's making $10 million a year. And we go out and sign Shaquille Barrett for 1 year, $9 million. So that tells me Chris Greer doesn't want to keep his own players or something like that, because the fact that we paid Shaq Barrett one less million than Van Ginkel upset me. So either what happened, I wish I could have been in the room for these contract negotiations, because Andrew Van Ginkel could have been offered more money, and maybe he's like, fuck Tua, I want to get out of here. Or Greer lowballed him, and I don't know why we're praising this GM. I mean, he's been with this organization for 20 years, and let alone we haven't won a playoff game with him in this.
Greg, you don't know
Well,
why we're
well, Greg, but
celebrating Chris
Greg,
Greer? Go ahead, Mounty.
Greg, hey, first of all, top of the morning, gents. How y'all doing?
What's
Uh,
up, man? Thank you for coming
Hey,
up.
hey, first of all, I mean, look, Shaq Barrett, everybody familiar with him. I mean, granted, he's probably not going to be the guy that he was in
and,
19 or 18 or something like that, where he led the league in sacks.
and I don't even give a
But he may bring maybe a little bit more upside. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know value. Maybe tougher. I don't know. Weaver may be trying to get us tougher, especially with the signing with this Jordan Brooks. Like, he's a stud. He's a hitter. He's a thumper. He's rangy. He can play in the pass. He can defend the pass, and and he's affordable. But this Tua thing, listen, I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think
Sorry,
that
Capitan.
Tua wants too much. They're asking for the bag, and they're not gonna. I don't think Greer's gonna give it to him, and he's gonna give him a team friendly deal with incentives in it to where he can earn up to 50 million if he stays healthy, if he makes the Pro Bowl, if he's all pro, if he wins a playoff game. So if he can offer him 40 and he can earn 10 million in incentives, something like that. But I'm thinking they don't want that. They want an open-ended contract, end all be all, and Chris Greer is not going to do that. That's why I think Justin Fields could be in play. Mike
Thank you,
McDaniel,
Mounty.
Justin Fields in this type of offense can be dynamic.
Woo! And what do they love? Speed. And what does he bring? And what did they saw when he played us at the Hard Rock? Stephen Ross sitting there watching this live for himself. Of course, he'll empty that check for Justin Fields. He's seen it. What's up,
Not
Capitan?
and not to mention Justin Fields. He's still in his rookie deal, and he could be cheaper to when you re-up him.
A
He's going to be
hundred
cheaper
percent.
a lot than Tua.
I'm at the point, Mounty. I'm not gonna say when we trade for Justin Fields, because it just feels like the same. Like it feels the same as the same that 2019 year. It just feels the same. It feels like we're going to get a quarterback. And that's what a lot of the fans been feeling like something big is going to happen. We don't know. And everybody knew Christian Wilkins was going to walk. That's why I was going to tell Greg. A lot of people are celebrating Chris Greer because of the good that he did by not overpaying for certain players.
I agree.
That's where he's getting praised at. I'm not sitting here saying he did like it would have been a disaster to give Christian Wilkins that bag like that. That would have been a horrible move. Then people
I'm,
would have had something to hate on him. I mean,
I'm
Yeah.
this guy I think he just upgraded the linebacker room at inside with
exactly.
Walker, and this dude Brooks. They're immediate upgrades. Our linebacker group just got better than last year inside, in my opinion, over Baker and David Long. Brooks
I,
and Walker are better. They're both more talented. They're both. I mean, I wouldn't say faster because David Long got some juice, but both of those guys definitely are faster than Jerome Baker. They got more juice than Jerome Baker,
Well, I think
and
it
it
tips
sucks.
their hat to the scheme change that's coming with the new defensive coordinator too, right?
A
They're
thousand
gonna
percent.
try to put big bodies up front and open up gaps for linebackers to fit or play underneath. That's pretty much what you see out of the Ravens and how they play. They like to let their linebackers play a little deep and keep everything in front of them for guys coming across the formation
Yep.
and run like a zone underneath with the linebackers while playing man on the outsides.
1,000%. They
It's
clog that
fun.
middle with zone, and,
Yep.
and they also like their linebackers to be able to play man, just like the Cleveland Browns. So that's why I'm in a situation where us not paying Andrew Van Ginkel due to the scheme change, and we are like we're guessing the scheme change is going to be the same as Mac McDonald in Baltimore and Harbaugh there because Weaver kind of pointed to that it will be kind of the same what he did over there. So he needs our linebackers to cover, especially the guys inside.
So here's the
Therefore,
thing on
Baker
Yo,
couldn't
Cap,
really
what's
cover as
good?
good as these
what's
guys.
up, Bounty, Greg, Pete. Salute everybody in chat. I see
No, I
people.
just want to tell you, Capitan, before you go, I got to be honest. I finished watching that episode with the creators. It was today. I finished like the last 2 hours of it, and to be quite honest with you, there was so much going on that stream of yours that I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I can't remember a thing. It was like I don't even know what the hell just like. You know what? Let's just go ahead. Tell me what you had on your mind with this, and let's move forward because
So
I was so
to
confused
touch
with
on
so
that
much. I don't know
stream,
what happened.
just to touch on that stream, that was like a month's worth of shows and content into 1 8-hour sitting. I know it was a long show, but even
Oh
so,
my god.
it's literally like a month's worth of shows. I've been going back and I appreciate you putting timestamps in the comments and stuff and everybody else that did because I'm going back and I'm trying to just decipher the information and get enough snips out to maybe put it into like an hour. So
I commented on on the comment there. I said, man, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm slow at this point. I feel like I'm slow and I need someone to really explain to me little by little so I can understand exactly the drama that went on.
that
Because even though
that's
I heard
kind
it multiple times a little bit, I still don't know what the heck is going on. It's so confusing to me, but that's where I'm at with it, to be quite honest with you. It's crazy to me.
it was so much, bro. And as far as who's right or wrong, that's up for interpretation, right? Because I think, and listen, and I said it on the show afterwards. I mean, look, I'm complicit in all the rights and wrongs on that episode too, like the rest of us. Like the whole thing was just, man, it was dirty. It was nasty work, even for us who are usually into the nasty work business at the gate. But damn, that was extra. And it is what it is. It's done. It's out there now. And that I mean, whatever. But as far as this Justin Fields thing, right?
Yep.
I the only type of look, Chris Greer, not that they wouldn't take him, right? And not that I don't see the upside of having a dynamic, physical athlete. Plus, I love Mike McDaniel. I love this offense. I feel like for the first time, and I can't remember when, back before when we had like Adam Gase and he brought in his people, that was the last time I thought maybe we got it figured out as far as offense, even though we didn't. this is the first time I feel confident in the coaching staff and scheme that not only are they running something that they know, but they know how to teach it and get guys to learn it and take the talents and do that. Now, whether or not they could educate and figure a way for a guy like Fields, I said if anyone's going to be able to do it in the NFL, I think it's our offensive coaching staff, right? Put him on IR,
1,000%.
have him be a backup, see what they can get out of this young man as far as anything. And now here's the thing: I know
What
there's,
were the latest that we
I know,
heard? Justin Fields is going to have to accept the trade and be a backup on another team.
oh no,
Isn't
that's
that
that's
funny
without a
now?
doubt. All the teams that
Yes,
could have
that's
been
why
in
I'm saying
consideration
it's
for
linking
starting
to the
jobs
Miami
have
Dolphins.
pivoted. But there is something else, right? Say no one trades for him and the draft comes and goes, and teams that had their eyes on quarterbacks miss, they could then trade a future late round pick for him for the Bears, who are definitely drafting a quarterback. And I mean, the divorce is finalized between that team. Fields will do a sit in before he shows up on the field for them ever again. So there might be all of these teams, even with young quarterbacks that they're drafting, or teams that miss the quarterback that they want. Maybe they'll take a shot at him after the draft, and they'll put next year's draft capital up for him. But if it is, say, the Dolphins and they made a trade in this year's draft, it would be a pick swap in the same round, low sixth round pick swap. I mean, shit, they might even be able to move up in the sixth round and get one of their sixth rounds that are higher up. I don't know how the board is falling, but just so they can get him off the team because that thing is over with. Now, as far as talent and what he can do, I know there's plenty of two and ears and two sexuals out there that don't want Fields in the room because they feel like it threatens their loved one. But to me, I just want people as Dolphin fans to have a little bit of foresight on remember who the guy was coming out of the draft, remember what he is as far as a talent, and if our offensive coaching staff can coach him up because I mean, listen, they're probably going to pay Tua, right? I mean, it seems more and more of a likelihood that they're going to pay him and not carry out the
They're
Fields
not
route.
gonna pay him. Did you see what come out this morning on Good Morning Football News? Did you
Oh,
see
what
what
happened?
No, I did not. I did
McCarthy?
not. I did
Oh
not. We'll
man,
get
let
it. We'll
me
get into that. We'll get into that.
L
McCourty is the.
Cap.
I mean, it's the proof is in the pudding already. People know Tua cannot elevate a team. Justin Fields just elevated the Chicago Bears that were not as talented and took them to like what 7 wins. Tua's not doing that in Chicago. Everybody knows the book is out on Tua. This is what I'm saying. That guy's not getting paid. We were told Tua was getting paid before free agency started at 4 p.m. What
Well,
happened to that?
listen,
We
I'm
were
sure there's
told
I'm sure
that
there's
Tua,
lots
once
of
he got that
language.
extension before free agency, that was the move that was going to help us build and contain the talent around Tua so we could get further and deeper into the playoffs and
Well, here's
contain
the
this
thing.
roster.
People
In
forget,
fact, we
right?
Hey,
got the
L Cap.
opposite.
Oh,
Everybody
oh, oh,
left.
L
hold on.
Cap.
Go ahead, Manny.
Do you
Shout
do
out to
you
Mark.
I mean, look, you pay attention to the league quite fervently.
Yeah,
Do you see do you see what our conference looks like next year? What the
I,
court?
I
Do you think
I got you, bud.
do you see Tua being able to level up with C.J. Stroud, to level up with Deshaun Watson, to level up with a Justin Herbert, a level up with a Burrow or
We're not
Mahomes?
competing with Tua against those guys, Mountie. A lot of this organization knows
We
it. Joe
can't.
Rose clearly knows it.
He's too limited. He's too, as we see right now, he's too limited of a quarterback to be able to be able to put us on his back and carry us to a win
I
to
mean,
wins.
Manny, if you're gonna ask me to put him in as quarterback on quarterback and how they're going to operate and stuff, yeah, I can see that this guy's better at this things where Tua might be better at that. I'm not even going to get into all that I'm not saying you're right or wrong on any of that. The facts remain: the team drafted the guy, they like the guy, and chances are that either they wait for the season and they do it in mid-season and get the contract worked out, or beforehand, which is probably more likely. Remember, it is going to free up money, and Chris Greer is this. There's going to be a purge of players after the draft of talent that
Yep.
they're gonna maybe have their eye
Joe is
on.
just a Bear fan, and he's mad that Justin Fields is leaving for 2 6 round draft picks to the Dolphins soon, and you're not getting that first you thought you were going to build that team with. They keep thinking it's clickbait. Keep thinking that the Bears are not going to end up trading Justin Fields shortly.
He's definitely get
I'm
traded.
telling you, and the Dolphins, they're just that team that's going to be quiet, sneakily, and they've
Well,
always been involved. I heard Adam Schefter the other day turn around and
well,
say,
here's my point,
um,
Pete, about Fields if the Dolphins were to acquire him, right? I want Dolphin fans to not get in their feels about Tua and really just take a little trip with me down a Magic School Bus here, real quick. All right. If the Dolphins, with this offensive coaching staff, gets talent out of Fields, and for whatever reason, Fields comes on to they pay Tua. Okay, I'm gonna create a scenario. They pay Tua. They got Tua for the next 4 years locked up in a big deal. He's not going nowhere. Tua goes down. They got Fields in a trade, right? Tua goes down for say a game or two, and Fields comes out there operating our system, looking like a brand new quarterback.
somebody has a
That
bad mic.
that guy now is a high tradable asset. If you do a flip pick or a trade swap pick or get him for even like a seventh, and now on the market, you can now trade him for a second round pick. That is a shrewd business move by this
I'm,
organization. And Chris Greer and his front office are smart about seeing and having that sort of foresight. Even if Fields only plays in the preseason and goes out there and is brand new, just whipping up on scrubs, which would be good. If you got him for a sixth round swap and you put him on the trade market, they're like, yeah, he's a new guy. You could juice up the whole thing and trade him for a fourth rounder or a third rounder. Either way, he's a backup, minimal money that you could
That's not
potentially
happening.
have for it.
They're
I'm just
just
saying,
throwing that. I know I got what you're saying, but that's not happening, dude. I'm telling you right now. They're
so he's
just
coming
throwing
in
that out
here.
there.
He's going to beat to it in
But
a battle.
Justin
Is what
Fields,
you're saying.
it's just that's not a scenario that I could potentially see happening. I feel like yes, they're throwing out that backup label on Justin Fields now because now they know that teams aren't going to be desperately paying. They could probably just, they're not going to desperately pay for Justin Fields. And honestly, it just I'm to the point where, that whole little situation you just said, right? Oh, if Tua gets hurt and Fields comes in and he runs Tua's scheme, like, don't you think that's the problem here in Miami? Don't you think we got to fade away a little bit from that timing offense that we do too much? And isn't that what something that Justin Fields can help create? Diversify our offense and not let it be so 1-2, 1-2 second after the snap and
Here's
throw
the
the ball
thing.
to Tyreek all day. We need that change. We need a more traditional pro style and get under center possibly. And I feel like
I would
Justin
agree,
Fields has
Pete.
all of those intangibles.
I,
We
I,
could
I
be a
would agree,
more
Pete.
I know this is incredible to me right now that this can potentially be where fans think, right, and I'm not throwing no shot at you, Cap. You're just saying what is actually the real scenario. But there's fans out there, two and ears, that actually think, oh, what quarterback are you gonna put in this Tua scheme? This Tua scheme is not hard.
Oh no,
It's like
it's a quarterback
it's
friendly
not
scheme.
hard.
Let's call it what
Yeah,
it is.
it's a
But
friendly
again,
scheme.
I think
We
that's
got
the
to
problem
make
with
it
the
hard.
quarterback.
And
Well,
that's the
hold on,
quarterback we need to go out and get.
hold
That's
on,
the
Pete,
issue.
because quarterbacks like Fields, they have problems in that layered offense operating with timing. Their arm, they don't have control over the ball, the accuracy that you need to operate it well. Can they coach him up on it? Yes. And then if I'll tell you what, if you mean to tell me that Fields can do everything Tua can do as the passer in that timing offense 100% and then have his dynamic athleticism, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily happen. If you don't believe that, look at Trey Lance. It didn't work out when they tried to get him. You know what I'm saying? It takes years for that to develop usually. And like Jordan Love with the Packers, they're still trying to figure that out with him. Now, I think Jordan Love's pretty good, but you get my drift, right? Like it's not as easy as saying, "Oh, you're going to bring him in, put him in this system and Mike McDaniel with these weapons are it's going to work out." That's not the case, bro. It's not. But I'm not saying that there isn't upside. And I'm telling you that as far as a byproduct goes, if they train him up in any bit and take him and make him any sort of serviceable quarterback, you can at least on a swap of a pick or a low seventh round pick him up and have him as a backup and a placeholder. God forbid something happens, then you might be able to acquire some more draft capital. And those are the types of moves that this organization's going to have to look to do to get not just like this, like the compensatory picks, everything, because we're not going to be able to afford to go and do what we've been doing these last couple of years in free agency, signing big guys. Yeah, we might be able to get one here and there depending on our cap. But once you start paying quarterbacks the money that the Dolphins are about to do, you got to look to the draft to keep your team going. That's it.
I don't know. I just don't. I just don't want to be in this situation that most teams that are in when they pay their quarterbacks big money. Because Tua right now, you pay him 50+ million.
Look
If
at the
we don't
Chargers,
win,
Mountie. Look at the Chargers right now, Mountie.
yeah, yeah. Look at Buffalo. Look at Chargers. Look at Buffalo. I just said that to a guy this morning. If you don't win in 1 or 2 seasons, you're blowing it up.
The purge of all their great talent. I mean, they've got Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen as all potential cap casualties here in the next few hours. You know what I'm saying? Or trade or whatever because they got to get under the cap because they paid their quarterback. And listen,
Yeah,
for all those
Justin.
people who like Field, like Herbert over Tua, it's the same problem. It's the same problem. You can like the dynamic athleticism or arm strength or timing based or whatever. There's very few quarterbacks in the league that can take the 50+ million that they're getting now, and that be it that suffice for the lack of talent you're going to be able to keep.
The thing is this, and I think, and it just circles in my head a lot. And I don't want to. I'm not doing this to knock Tua, but unfortunately, Pat Mahomes, in all his greatness, has basically set the tone for the quarterback position in this league today. For a
Can you
guy to go out
imagine
there,
Justin Fields with the cheetah and the penguin? Go ahead, Mountie. I'm sorry. I'm just
there,
imagining things
there,
right now.
I mean, dude, the quarterback, this guy. First of all, I'm sure everybody could agree. There was a point.
Mountie, you still there?
Did we lose Mountie?
I think he. I'm just. Hey, Greg, and how do you, Mark? What's up, Mark? Let me ask you a question, Bills fan, Mark.
All right, Pete.
What team will you be afraid to face in the playoffs more? A Tua-led Dolphins team with the same roster, or a Justin Fields-led roster team with Justin
Uh,
Fields, obviously.
it's obvious because they played Tua multiple times. They've beaten Tua multiple times. The only game that Tua actually won was when the Bills fielded half a defensive football team in ridiculous weather conditions, and only because Josh Allen missed the pass. He went after they boat raced the Dolphins up and down. I would much rather face Tua because Tua's beatable. Tua's been beatable. Tua will continue to be beatable.
What?
You realize
Oh, Mark, I love that answer, man. What an
you
answer. I'm
realize
getting
you
echo from
realize
somebody.
why Dolphins fans hate on you, right? You're laughing at the Bills mafia take of our team. That's why people hate you. You know that, right?
I mean, they can hate it, but that's the truth. Mark just finished speaking the truth. I agree with that. And put yourself as a Bills fans right now with what he just finished saying, Capitan. If you're a Bills fan, you have no fear of facing Tua. But now the Dolphins have Justin Fields. Guess what? Now you have to scheme. You have to stop Justin Fields. This. You have to.
Wouldn't a
There's so
Bills
much
fan give
that
a
Justin
Dolphins
Fields
fan
could
bad
bring to the
advice though?
Dolphins
Hold
in
on,
this
Pete.
offense
Hold on,
than
Pete.
there is than what Tua could bring. Tua brings nothing. Tua is like buying a brand new pair of shoes that don't fit. They're just gonna
Wouldn't
hurt
the
on your
Bills
feet the
hold
whole
on a
time.
second, Pete?
Like it's
Wouldn't the
training.
Bills fan give you wrong advice about getting a quarterback though? I get that the Dolphins haven't beat the Bills or anything like that, other than the one time in the Tua era. But I'm just saying, like, if you're thinking plug and play from Fields to Tua today, and that's gonna change the dynamic of this offense in a moment's notice, you're crazy, bro. It's just not. I understand that where your brain's going and in that direction because of the
I think it's
athleticism.
your mic, Capitan. I could barely hear you. It sounds really bad. I don't know. It could be me. I don't know, but it sounds like really choppy.
Is that better?
Say
I
what
will.
you were saying again.
That's not Cap. That's Mark.
I'm telling
Oh,
you, if you guys sign Tua for like 4 years, 5 years, whatever the number is going to be, you're
hear Mark really good.
guys to hell.
Oh, that is Mark. When somebody talks, Mark, or makes a noise, your stuff sounds really bad.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. That's Mark.
So that's
Hey, put
why.
yourself on
Yeah.
mute, Mark. Nobody wants to
Yeah,
hear you
Mark.
anyway.
Nobody wants to hear those nasty takes from the
Yeah,
Bills
no,
fan.
no
Giving
one,
bad
no one
advice.
wants.
Mark, I love the
No,
facts,
no,
Mark. Go
no,
ahead,
no
Lewis. How
one
you
wants to
feeling
hear
today,
that.
buddy?
No one wants to hear that, and I'm not here to address all the dumb. Oh, we should sign Justin. I'm not here for that. I just here for one thing and one thing only: the conversation I just walked into when I put on the stream about all these teams losing all this talent, just like Miami lost all this talent,
Yup.
right?
Yup.
Well, let me just because maybe again I was called slow when I was growing up, right? I was in ESL classes in elementary, right? I thought it was a Spanish thing, but no, they told me I was slow. So maybe it's just me. But let me ask everybody a question. All the talent that Miami is losing, the Robert Hunts, the Christian Wilkins and stuff, we weren't paying Tua. How many games were we winning with those guys?
About
Back to
11
back
and 10.
playoff. We were back
Let
to
me
back playoff game team.
cool. Let me ask another story. All the the Joey Bosa's of the world. Oh my God, what are the Chargers going to do? They haven't paid their quarterback. How many playoff wins did they win with those guys?
0.
Maybe could it be that it's not the quarterback problems money? Maybe the teams are just realizing that those players ain't worth the money they're making, and they just want to move off of them. Could that be? Could that also be the scenario? I'm just throwing it out there because again, maybe I'm slow. But we're making it seem like all these teams are losing all these great players because oh my God, they were winning playoff games with these guys in Super Bowls and they weren't winning if they weren't paying the quarterback, those guys weren't winning. And then now that they're paying the quarterback, those guys ain't winning. So what's the difference? Get rid of them.
Nah, you got to build a
Oh,
good team
oh,
around those
oh,
guys. Ain't no get rid of them. Ain't no get
crickets
rid of
now.
them.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Ain't no
crickets
get
now.
rid of
Oh,
them.
okay.
Ain't no get
Well,
rid of them. Ain't no get rid of them.
Pete.
Look what McCourtney just came out. Look what
Pete,
McCourtney just came out today on Good
I'm just
Morning
asking a
Football and
question.
said about
Again,
Tua.
that's cool.
That's all I'm
Again,
saying. And a
that's
lot of
cool.
people hold that
Again,
sentiment. I don't hear
again,
that
I'm not
about
here to
Justin
debate
Herbert,
that.
though,
I'm
Lewis.
asking
I don't
you
hear
a
that about those
question.
other quarterbacks
I
that you're
heard
pointing out,
what are
Lewis.
the Chargers
I
doing?
don't
The
hear that.
Chargers are losing talent because they're paying Justin Herbert. I'm asking you with Khalil Mack on the team, with Joey Bosa on the team, with Derwin James on the team, with Asante Samuel Jr. on the team. They were not paying Justin Herbert. How many playoff games did they win? That would be
Bad.
zero. I'll answer you. That would
How
be
about this,
zero.
Lou? How many coaches they went through in that time too? Goddamn, everybody got their head on the block.
Thank you, Cap. But we want to come out and just say, well, the Chargers, man, look at what they're doing because they paid the quarterback. No, could it just be the players they haven't won shit with them? Could that be the case? And I'm just throwing that out as a scenario. Could that be
It's
a
a
scenario?
it's a possibility. Look at Buffalo.
Good point, Mountie.
Shoot.
Very good point. Very good
Look at
point,
the
Mountie.
Jaguars. Look at the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this is
Trevor Lawrence
they.
still in a rookie deal, dog.
Yeah, but I mean that guy. He's these guys are elite and they're next level. That's an up and comer. These are the new generation of the best quarterbacks in the league. The Trevor Lawrences, the Justin Herberts. These guys that Lewis is up here claiming they don't have a playoff win. What do they do? It doesn't matter if they have a playoff win or not. It's the fact that they have the talent and our quarterback does not. You see the difference there?
Wait a
Why?
And
I
second.
that's
want
what
Now it
matters.
hold on, Pete.
no.
I can't let you say that shit because now it doesn't matter about playoff wins when we're talking about other quarterbacks that either A don't win in the playoffs or can't even get there because we're gonna go
Oh, because
talent wise while our
those
quarterback
quarterbacks have the
has been going
talent.
to the playoffs. I'm not gonna
You
let you get
you
away with
you
that, dog.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Cap? You know what's funny? Go in the chat right now and look how many people are saying Cook Luke. Hey Pete, let me ask you a question. You should go to the Fins Tailgate Network, right, Pete? What you should do, go over there, spend about $200. I think for $200 you could probably get about 4 or 5 acres for your animal and hand them out to people.
I'll
Because
tell
when I
you right
show up,
now.
cooking
n-
folk
I'm,
aprons start getting handed out. God damn it! You understand that, Pete? Go spend about $200. Get you a bundle, right?
I get it,
About
but
four or
but but
five
you act
aprons,
like
so you can start
you
passing.
act.
So you can
Yeah,
start
yeah,
passing
yeah.
them
But
out on your channel,
look,
Pete.
look, Chef Lou. Let me tell you something about Chef Lou. There's plenty of chefs everywhere. Everybody's cooking. But at the end of the day, when they served
No.
that
There
plate,
wasn't
did
nobody
it come
cooking
out
Pete.
good? Did
Pete,
it come
Pete,
out
your
good?
chicken's
You might
raw
have
in the
cooked.
middle, Pete. Your chicken
I
is
like
raw in
my
the middle,
steak
Pete.
well done. You left it raw to me. I don't like it. I won't eat it. It's
Nah,
not that
Pete.
good.
Everybody got salmonella when you were cooking, dog.
Hey, Pete,
You
Pete,
know
don't
what,
worry.
Pete? I'm not surprised you like well done, Pete. I am not surprised.
Hey, Pete, don't worry. El Capitan just texted me and said he'll give you a good deal. So go over to the network, buy a
Yeah,
couple
dog. I'll hook
aprons
you
so you
up.
can pass them out. Yeah,
I can,
we'll
I
Oh,
help
can
you.
give
oh,
you. I can give you an
okay,
offer
but
to take like
real
10%.
quick, guys. Is that title true or what's going on?
With all the smoke going around that we've been hearing about Justin Fields, that doesn't make you believe that Justin Fields is coming to the
Oh,
Dolphins
okay,
on a
no.
cheap.
So
Didn't
He's
it?
only
Didn't it?
so
six
it
Didn't
was
it?
million
it
in
was
Didn't it come
salary
out of?
cap. Of
okay.
course,
It was
it's flip
Didn't it come
clickbait.
out
flopping all
of?
over the place.
It was
Is that
clickbait.
Didn't it come out of?
what
Wasn't it posted
channel are we
before
on,
in Twitter
bro?
Spaces?
Yup,
Wasn't it
All I'm
posted
asking
before a
is
couple months ago
that's
in Twitter
clickbait,
Spaces?
right?
If
yup.
it
And
was
they
true,
thought
don't
those
you think
reports,
we'd be live right now?
a month ago are just gonna go away. In fact, it's starting to seem like it's just starting to heat up based on all the latest information we heard that I pointed
Hey, you
out
know
in the
what's gonna be
beginning of the
fucking
stream.
hilarious if the
It's
Dolphins do
heating
get
up.
Fields? Pete will never stop, bro. I hope the Dolphins do get Fields just so I
Man,
can hear
I'm telling
Pete
this
just
this
shit
is
on people for fucking a whole season talking about
I'm
it.
just saying. I
It's
mean,
gonna
it
be
doesn't make
just
sense to
for
you guys.
entertainment
First,
purposes.
Justin Fields was going to be traded for a first. Justin Fields was going to be a hot commodity. He was supposed to be leaving Chicago on a high note. Now,
But
supposedly, he's going to be traded for peanuts, and he
but
has to
Pete, yeah.
accept a backup role.
If
Really?
he's gonna get
And
traded
what
for
team?
peanuts,
What team? What team you think they're cooking that up for? What team? If you put a real quarterback in that quarterback room, will you knock his confidence out?
wait, and
What
Justin
team?
Fields is a
So
real
now
quarterback.
with you have to, of
Justin Fields
course,
is
he
a
has
real
all the
quarterback.
intangibles. He has all the abilities to turn up. What do you think?
I don't
He's
know. I
not.
don't think
You
he has
must be
that
out
quick
your mind.
release. I don't think he has that quick release. I don't think he's gonna find the
Is that
windows, his
Manny? Is that
timing,
you,
the
Manny?
anticipation. Yeah, that's Manny, bro. He don't
Manny,
got
where
the
the fuck you been
anticipation.
at, dog?
Oh, El Capitan, what's up, bro? You know, I'm living under a
Hey,
rock. You
so
know,
my question is, and I've been hearing
Can't
this
believe
ever
this
since
fan
kind
base
of
thinks
Tua's
he's
been here. All right, can somebody give me some clarity on when they say when they as it applies to Tua, his anticipation? What does that mean? Like, break that
that
down
means
for me.
okay, all right, I got you. So in the football terms, or in the terms of what we mean when we're talking about Tua specifically, means he knows the play, right, is a 5 yard slant, right? So he's anticipating his receiver is going to be where he needs to be. So he's like, so some people you could say he's just throwing the ball to a spot, which he's a spot throwing, which is exactly what he's doing. He's anticipating his receiver knows the play. He gave the play out on time, clearly enough that everyone is on the same page, so he can anticipate. He knows, okay, I'm gonna throw the ball even though Tyreek's not even looking at me. And what happens the second Tyreek looks? The ball's in his hands, bro. How many times do you see Tua throwing the ball without our receivers looking? And when they look, the ball's right there on the numbers, right in
So
between
let
the
me ask you
numbers.
this question:
Yes.
How many times between this season and last season has Tua gotten our receivers blown up, especially Waddle, with his
Eh,
so-called anticipation?
shit, that's what the name of the game is. It's football, bro.
No, no, no,
Name
no,
of the
no, no,
game.
no, no. I played college football. Now,
Okay, cool. So you know more than me.
one of the responsibilities of a quarterback is to take care of your pass catchers. So
Yeah, but
usually a number rule of thumb for a quarterback, if there's a defender that's within 5 yard incident, meaning heading towards him, you don't throw that ball. I don't care. You're going
you
to get
don't.
your receiver knocked out.
I mean,
And receiver
only
and
if
Waddle is
your
taking some
receiver is
shots,
susceptible
bro.
to getting knocked out. Only if your receiver is susceptible to getting knocked out. Because it's football, bro. At the end of the day, it's football. You know
I
you're
get
gonna get
it.
hit. Catch the ball
You're
and
gonna
brace.
get hit,
Always
but you
brace
don't.
for impact. As a receiver, are you just catching the ball like, okay, all diddly diddly, let me
How, so
run
how
and
many?
not protect
So how many
myself?
passes? So how many passes has Tua where Tyreek Hill had to adjust himself to
It's
catch the ball? How many times that he has the balls are thrown high where they have to leave their feet? When you have to
okay.
leave your feet as a pass catcher, dude, you just multiply your chances of getting injured.
Hey,
I
Mountie,
mean,
So
forget. Hey,
why do we
Mountie, let
measure
me ask you
vert?
a question.
Why do we
Hold on.
measure vert on the combine? Why do we measure
Manny,
vert
Manny,
to,
give me
to
a
see
second.
how
Hey,
high
hey,
they
hey,
could jump?
Mountie. Hey, Mountie, let me ask you a question. Forget about the
Stop.
rushing stats that
Hold on for
Justin
a second.
Fields, the
You
Justin Fields could bring on the field,
wow.
right? Forget about the
God damn
rushing
it.
yards. Hey, hold on,
Hey,
Lewis.
can
Forget
I
about hey, Mountie. Oh yeah, go ahead. I gotta answer this call. Go ahead,
Go.
Lewis.
What's
Lewis
up?
wants to
What's
cook
up?
me. Go. Lewis wants to cook me. Go.
right.
Cook me.
No. I'm not trying to cook you, Manny. I just want to speak a little bit because I hear Mountie saying that Tua leaves receivers high and dry. Well, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate that. Mountie is spot on, but Patrick Mahomes does it too.
Yeah,
I've
because
never
it's
heard one.
football, bro.
Nah.
I never heard
Oh well,
Mountie
no,
say.
I've never. Lou,
No,
I've never known Patrick Mahomes to get Rasheed Rice lit up. I've
well,
never
well,
known that.
well, well, well,
Mountie.
well.
Yup.
Again, but
You're
hold
not
on,
watching enough
real
tape.
quick.
Then you're not
No,
watching
no,
enough
no,
tape.
no.
Then
You're not being honest. No, Mountie watches film and Mountie watches games. He's just not
on.
being honest. He's not being
Well,
honest.
hey, I'm just saying,
Well,
I've never seen. Listen, before Mahomes was.
Mountie. Let me ask. And again, that's fine, Mountie. Let me ask you a question. Forget about Rasheed Rice. Do you watch Super Bowls, Mountie? Have you watched the last 20 Super Bowls? I'm pretty sure you watched all of them, correct?
Yeah, just about.
Uh, okay, Patrick Mahomes, not this Super Bowl. 3 years ago, when Tyreek's first Super Bowl, remember when they played the 49ers? They were down 20 to
Yeah,
10. Patrick Mahomes, a guy that is mobile, right, and has one of the strongest arms this game ever seen, underthrew Tyreek Hill by 10 yards. That when Tyreek caught the ball, he was flat-footed, had to turn around, and he basically caught the ball like he was catching a punt. Do you remember that pass, Mountie?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but put Tua in that situation. How far
But
does
see,
Again,
but
Mahomes still
Tua
throw it
doesn't.
further than
no.
Tua?
Tua
At least with
doesn't.
Mahomes,
But
that
but
play
but
you're
but
talking
the
about got
but the
completed.
question.
Tua ain't
But
complete in that
Hold on. I
specific
just want
play.
to
Not
finish.
that specific
What
play.
I'm saying is that looked just like the pass that Tua Tagovailoa threw to Tyreek in the playoff game. Now I heard Pete come out and say that was a lucky play. That was a lucky pass. We shouldn't even have scored against
Oh, the ones in Kansas
the
City?
Chiefs.
A
Absolutely,
thousand
but
percent.
that
A thousand
and that
percent.
was the so was it a lucky pass when Patrick Mahomes threw it in the Super Bowl? Because
Bro,
that was the exact same
what?
pass.
that was in double coverage.
So
Oh, so
Lewis,
now
how
it's a
many
double
passes?
coverage.
How many?
Stop. I don't want to hear
So
that.
Lewis,
Horrible
how
I
many?
ain't trying to
decision.
hear that. I
So
ain't trying to
Lewis,
hear
how
none
many
of that.
passes? Lewis, how many passes did Patrick
Again,
Mahomes
I ain't trying to
overthrow
hear
or
that.
underthrow in this playoff game when we played us?
No.
When he
I'm
put
not here.
when he
I'm
put
not
30
here
points
to
on us.
debate. I'm not here to debate that, Manny. Now let
I'm
me
just
ask you.
saying, Tua does it more
Right?
frequently than
If
did
I if
Patrick
hey,
Mahomes.
hey, absolutely, Tua does it more frequently than Patrick Mahomes. There you
At
go.
a
You got
way
me, Mountie.
higher
Let
rate.
me ask
At a way
and
higher rate, Mountie.
in a way higher rate. You guys both got me right now. Let me ask you guys a question. If I showed you numbers, right? If I send it to Pete right now, and Pete puts up those numbers on screen, so not only everybody on this panel could see, but even everybody in the chat could see, right? Y'all would make an argument that those numbers, y'all would poo on those numbers. But the numbers don't
Absolutely.
lie. That's a quarter. According to everybody, numbers don't lie. I seen in a 30 starts. I'm not talking about 4 starts. I'm not talking about 6 starts. I'm talking about 30 starts. The last 30 starts time for Tua, and let's keep it in perspective with the quarterback in our own division, our boogeyman, right? Josh Allen. In 30 starts, the last 30 starts that both of them gentlemen have played, the only stat that Josh Allen is leading in is he has 55 touchdowns thrown. Tua has 54. Tua has 22 interceptions. Josh Allen has 30. Now, yards per game, Tua beats him. Yards in the 30 starts, Tua's over 8,000. Josh Allen has 7,500. Uh, Passer rating, completion percentage. I forgot what else.
What's Tua
I
record?
don't
What's
get
Tua's
what
record?
any of
What's
that is.
Tua?
Where you trying
Hey,
to go to?
Lou, what's Tua's record
Hold on.
against Josh Allen?
And
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
no.
It's
What's
now it's
Tua's
Tua's
record?
record though. Now it's Tua's record.
Again, no,
Well, that's what they do. They're trying to make a point.
Okay,
So
no,
Hey,
what
no,
I'm
no.
saying
So
is,
no,
hey,
forget what they
hey,
doing.
what is Tua's
Forget what
record
they
against
doing. That's
Josh
what you
Allen?
doing.
Because
That's what you
because
doing.
he's
That's what
Lewis
you
is making
doing.
Lewis is making a comparison between Josh Allen and Tua.
Again,
Okay, no.
Yeah,
But you said
yeah.
First of all,
Tua's lost.
Lewis, yes, you
No,
are.
no.
You're making a comp. You're
Manny,
making a
I'm
comp
not.
between Josh Allen and
I'm
Tua.
not.
He's actually
Again, if
talking
I
about
can
the
finish,
stats. He's
all I'm trying
comparing
to do,
stats.
all I'm trying to do is finish to make my point. See, what you heard was Lewis say Tua was better than Josh Allen. I did not. I just
No,
made
I
an
didn't say that. I
observation
didn't say that.
because
I didn't say
he
that.
was
I just asked you what his record was against Josh Allen.
perfect. And this is where I get people like you, Mountie, because Tua, right, don't play against Josh Allen because Josh Allen, Tua's not on the field when Josh Allen's on the field. Now, there was a guy,
Oh,
though,
that's the
Mountie,
lamest
that
excuse.
for the. Now, hold on. Pete, I'm just trying to finish my point so I can kill people and get my happy ass up out of here. Now, Mountie, you were the guy. That was you that last year was fighting with me all year that we need to pay Christian Wilkins. That's the nigga that's on the field when Josh Allen is cooking. So I'll ask you, Mountie, the same thing you just asked me. What was Christian Wilkins' record against Josh Allen?
But you wait a minute.
No,
No, no. No,
Hey, Monty,
Lewis,
Record
hey,
Lewis, you're
Monty.
mixing apples and oranges. You Lewis, 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 you're mixing apples and oranges, my brother.
Hey, what a
You
day.
you Lewis, you're mixing apples and oranges. You're mixing
Okay,
apples and oranges.
Mountie. So
Can you please tell me what Christian Wilkins' record is against Josh Allen? I'm waiting. I'm
What?
waiting.
But you're mixing apples and oranges.
I'm
no, he's
waiting
not.
for
Oh,
the
Lord.
Yes, he
record of
is.
Christian Wilkins versus Josh Allen. I just need to know that. Can
Christian,
someone please
they
tell
play
me?
two different positions.
But they play
So
against
two
each
is on the
other.
field. So two is on the field
Hey,
when Josh
hey,
Allen is playing.
Mountie, this is easy. What is Tua's record against Ed Oliver and Gregory Rousseau
I
and
don't.
AJ
Again,
Epinesa?
Okay,
perfect.
What is
Right
Tua's
there. That's
record
what I'm
against them?
saying. And that's what I'm saying. So it's
okay.
team versus team. It's not first player versus player.
So
But you no, Lewis, don't do that. Don't do that because you was
no.
throwing out stats. You was throwing out Tua stats. You was throwing out Josh Allen stats, bouncing them one against the other. And
Okay,
so I said, what was Tua's record against Josh Allen? I don't care about the numbers. What's the
so
wins and losses?
how about this? How about
Hey, Mountie,
Tua led the
That's the
league?
bullshit. See, that's the bullshit that they're trying to throw up right now to substantiate why to pay Tua. Oh, look at his fucking stats. How many meaningful games have he won?
Hey, Mountie, if I would have read those stats, right? Forget about the quarterbacks' names. If I would have told you one quarterback had 8,200 yards, the other one had 7,500, and I would have read all the stats, you would have said Tua was the one with 80 some 100 yards and 30 starts.
I don't give a fuck about. Listen. I don't give a fuck about none of them stats. I want wins and losses. I don't care if he got
Okay,
100 yards.
You don't bring up
so
stats for Baker Mayfield? You didn't bring up
so
Baker Mayfield stats when you were
No,
making
no. You
so
brought that up. You
Mountie.
brought that up.
If you
You
care about wins and
no,
losses,
you
Mountie,
Lewis, you brought that up
Mountie,
because I said
Mountie.
I would say, and this is how, no, this is hey, this is how the conversation went. I said, you know what? I said it. I said I would take Baker Mayfield, and then Lewis said, well, Baker Mayfield, he didn't really have any he didn't have better numbers than Tua.
That's a
But
goddamn
yeah, that's what you said. That's exactly what you said. You
Hey,
said their numbers are almost the same.
Yeah, you were
absolutely.
comparing numbers and stats.
Okay, perfect. You know what? God damn it.
But you know what? Baker Mayfield. First of all, Chris Godwin doesn't compare to a Tyreek Hill or fucking Jalen Waddle. Not now. Not
So
now.
okay, hold on, please. Let me stop
Chris
that there.
Godwin?
Let me stop that
So
there.
why'd you only bring
Hold
up
on.
Chris Godwin? They don't have Mike Evans
No,
over there?
no,
Okay, they
Lewis,
got Mike Evans, but we don't.
hold on,
Listen.
So why didn't you bring him up?
Hold on.
So
You
what?
was talking
No.
about Tyreek
Hey, hold
Hill.
on, Manny. Hey, Manny. And hold on real quick, cause I'm gonna get my happy ass out of
All
here.
right, I'm gonna
I'm not
bury
doing
Mountie
this.
real
I'm
quick.
not
I'm
doing.
gonna bury Mountie.
No. Hey, no, but real quick, Mountie said,
Hey, bury me, bury me. Look,
hey,
I'm
I'm
looking at.
trying. When
hey,
Lewis lets me, I'll go.
hey, right, Manny, you can have it after this, Manny. I'm getting up out of here. But Mountie just said, right? Mountie just said that I brought up numbers, and Mountie absolutely cooked me, right? Well, let me throw a little heat back his way. Mountie, you just said you don't care about numbers or stats. You care about wins and losses. Those are your words, not mine. Tua had 11 wins. Your nigga Baker Mayfield had 9. In the worst division in football.
And
In the
let me
worst
and
division in football.
yup.
Your
And on top of
nigga
that,
had
And do
9
Baker
wins.
Mayfield have any playoff wins?
wait,
I don't know
Do
nothing
wait,
Baker
about
Mayfield
that.
have
wait,
any
I don't know
playoff
nothing
wins?
about that.
Does
wait.
Baker Mayfield have any playoff wins? Either where he's been.
Hey,
Okay,
Mountie. Oh, he left.
Mountie.
Hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on,
Let,
hold
let,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no, Pete, no, Pete,
I
no,
can't
Pete, no,
believe
no,
he left
no.
with that.
Lewis
Ooh.
Mountie.
How many playoff wins does Baker Mayfield have?
You arguing with
He
the
has
wrong guy
way
right
more
now.
than two.
Let me
Hey, but
get you
he
with
said
something
he
else
said
you
the
said.
NFC South was the worst division
I won't
in the
leave.
league,
Hold on,
right?
I'm not gonna
Maybe,
leave.
maybe,
Let me
maybe
say.
record wise. Hold on. But at the end of the day, you could clearly say the AFC East was one of the worst divisions in the NFL as
You're
well.
right. You're right.
The
You're
Bills
right.
were
But
sitting at 6-6. The Dolphins had
let
like a 5-game
let
lead.
me point
They
out
blew it. Go
something
ahead.
that
Go
Mountie
ahead.
said. Mountie said that he has who Tyreek Hill to throw the ball to, right? Is
What
that
you
what you
say?
said? You
What
said
you
that
say?
Tua's numbers are inflated because he got Tyreek Hill, right?
No, what did I say that?
You said you was like, oh, but Baker Mayfield
No,
don't got Tyreek Hill.
I said because when the Baker Mayfield question came out, I said, listen, first of all,
You,
Mike
you
Evans'
said he don't.
numbers, but first of all, hold on, Mike Evans' numbers in production over the last 10 years has been remarkable. Okay, so we don't even have to put words
But
on
you didn't
him.
say Mike
Where
Evans.
Chris
You said
got,
that he
well,
doesn't
I
have
didn't have to.
Tyreek.
I just said, listen to what I just said. I don't have to talk about Mike Evans. Mike Evans, his numbers speak for himself. He's been a
Okay.
1,000-yard receiver in the last 10 years or some shit like that.
So
Chris
so
Godwin hasn't been, he's not the type of receiver. Okay, Mike Evans is big and pretty
but
fast.
you're mentioning
Chris
everyone
Godwin,
in a
but Chris
bunch. You
Godwin does
said,
not compare to neither one of our
but you
receivers.
never said
Not
any
right
of that.
now.
You never said any of that. What you said was he
But
doesn't have Tyreek Hill. That's exactly what you said.
what
You
are you
said
talking
Baker.
about?
You said
I
Baker
just said,
Mayfield.
no, you obviously didn't hear what I
You
said.
backtracked. You backtracked
No,
because you
no,
never
no, no, no,
mentioned
no,
Chris
no, no, no,
Godwin.
no, no,
You
no, no,
never
no, no.
mentioned
That's
Mike
one thing.
Evans. The only
That's one thing.
receiver that came out of your mouth was.
That's one thing I don't do. I don't backtrack.
But
And I
go back
just
and
said, and
rewind
you
then.
need to listen,
I'm
listen. You need to
listening.
listen. I said, I'll say this again. Mike Evans mentioning his accolades
You didn't say that though. You didn't say that.
I don't have to.
Exactly.
Mike Evans
I'm
is
just
the
going
fucking
based off
man.
what you said. What you said
I
was
just said
he doesn't.
Chris Godwin does not
So you're
compare
correcting
to either
yourself.
one of
So you're
our receivers.
correcting yourself.
No,
But
I
you
said no.
mentioned
You didn't hear. No, you didn't hear what I
no.
said.
That's not
Obviously, you didn't hear
what
what
you
I
said
said.
was you said he
All
doesn't
right.
have
You know what?
Tyreek Hill.
What you need to do is go back and listen to the
Is
recording
that I get
and
it. You was
listen to
heated.
what I
Exactly.
said.
You was heated, so you don't remember what you said.
No,
You said
no,
he.
no, no. I wasn't heated. I'm not heated now. I'm just saying Chris Godwin,
That's what
especially
you're saying
now
now. That's
at
what you're
this
saying
point
now.
in
But
his
you didn't say
career.
that to Lewis.
No,
You
no.
didn't say that to Lewis.
Okay. All right. Go back and listen to the recording. Chris
I will.
Godwin is nowhere near either receiver of what we have now, especially now. He's
Okay, but
Mr. I call him Mr. Unreliable.
trust
You
me. The
put
only
Chris
reason
Godwin
he
right
got
here in
He
mentioned
Miami.
got
because
hurt.
You put
I
Hey,
heard
Mountie,
you.
I'm with you because you put Chris Godwin here in Miami. He's only getting like 30
Okay.
catches like Cedric
Yeah,
Wilson did.
but Pete, were you listening? Did he not
He'll be
say?
number 3.
Did he not say 100% to a T? He doesn't have Tyreek Hill, is what you said. That's what you said. Plain and simple. That's what you said. Maybe you was talking about Chris Godwin, but you said Baker Mayfield doesn't have Tyreek Hill, is what you said. That's all.
He
That's all. That's all
doesn't.
I'm saying. Okay, but okay,
The
perfect.
only time I mentioned Tyreek Hill in that conversation is when I said Chris Godwin doesn't compare to either one of them, Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle,
But you
especially
didn't
at
say
this
that.
point in his career.
But you didn't
Well,
say
if y'all
that.
don't let me
Let
finish, y'all gotta
Mountie,
let me
Mountie,
finish.
go ahead.
All you said was that he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, and let me tell you, Tyreek Hill had the best season he's ever had with Tua Tagovailoa throwing him the ball. That's what I'm
And
saying.
Okay, that's
everybody and
fine.
every
And
So
okay.
he's also the featured receiver, and it's all he's the featured guy in his
yep,
offense.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
Mounty, could you say with Tyreek having the best year of his careers, other players on the roster, receivers like Waddle and Durham Smythe and others had their worst, like
Listen.
worst seasons?
Listen. I don't give a fuck about nothing. First of all, Tyreek Hill has 1,700 yards, 1,700 and some change yards this year.
yeah,
When you're allowing motherfuckers like
He's the best
L'Jarius
player
Sneed
in
to
the
put your
NFL.
ass in the fucking ground, do you think you deserve to be $30 million? I don't give a fuck about the numbers. This is what you can do when it
I'm with you.
counts.
I'm with you.
You
I'm
get
with you. But now,
your ass can get fucking manhandled.
No. But he was the one. I mean, come on, this is Tyreek. He got jammed that one play, Mounty. But let's be real. He also made up for that underthrow, and he gave us the only
Yeah,
point of
he
the game.
does.
we
He bails two out a lot of times.
our
He's been here
offense.
Exactly.
since he's
So
been
Can
here.
one,
can we at least get on the same page and say our offense did better than our defense?
Well,
I want to. Earlier, Mounty, we talking about the playoffs, right, versus the Kansas City. You
well,
said, "Oh,
we
you
put 7 points up, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Mounty
The
earlier when
defense
you were
played decent. The
Mounty
defense
earlier.
played. They
Decent. He
played
do it
decent.
decent.
Mounty could hear me.
I mean,
Mounty, can you hear me?
considering all the injuries they had on that side of the ball as
Oh,
well.
we had injuries too, though. Name our starting offensive line for that
Well, the
playoff game.
only people,
No,
okay,
name the starting offensive line.
we had Teron Armstead. I think with Teron Armstead at left tackle, we had,
Okay,
I think Robert Hunt played left tackle. We played,
you said left tackle twice.
left guard.
Okay,
Liam Eichenberg played center.
okay.
Robert Hunt, I don't know, did he play in this playoff game
You
or
said
was he
Robert
hurt?
Hunt twice. You said Robert Hunt twice, but no, I
I
don't
mean,
think he even played. We had our
uh,
starters was what that started the season as our starters was Austin Jackson and Teron Armstead, who's a shell of himself because he's not even playing like Teron Armstead that we know. He wasn't playing like that guy. He was getting
so,
beat, bro.
So
He was
how,
getting
okay,
beat.
so this is I'm gonna pose this
So you're
question
making
to
excuses for our
so no
defense.
no
Talk about
so no no
injuries.
so,
Our
no no
offense
no
had the
no
same
no no
injury.
no. First of all, did we set any records on defense? Because on offense, Tua was still able to amass, which was impressive, was amass the numbers that he did with a rotational offensive line. We had two receivers that were over 1,000 yards. We had a running back that was over 1,000 yards, had 22 rushing touchdowns.
Yep,
We
led the
had
league in
another running
touchdowns.
back.
Yep.
We had 800 and something yards and like 8 touchdowns or something like that. So listen, the offensive line, we schemed around a lot of shit, and I commend Mike McDaniel and his staff for doing that. But that's not with that kind of offensive production does not speak to having a bad offensive line. We just fell short in the fucking games where we needed to win.
Mounty, you know what I
And
want to
Tua
get
and
back.
Tua needs to be in a place where he can make up when fucking Tyreek Hill is being
Mm.
manhandled.
Facts,
Yep,
D
and
Rod.
yep,
Facts.
yeah,
That's
I
facts right
guess,
there.
but how many quarterbacks could do that now? Because I mean, I definitely don't think
Well,
Justin Fields could do that.
unfortunately for Tua, and this it is what it is. Patrick Mahomes, like I told Pete earlier, Patrick Mahomes has set the bar for the QB play in this league right now. It is
Yeah,
what
and
it
that's
is.
high, and that's high. And now when it comes to the market, I feel like we all agree. I agree with you. I mean, Pete doesn't want to even keep Tua around. I don't think we should overpay Tua now. I think we should give Tua the same treatment we're giving
We're
everybody else.
trading Tua
He,
for Justin Fields. I don't understand. What don't you guys understand? What's smoking?
Tua,
You guys
do
literally
you
need to
think?
see the house completely burned down before you actually start seeing things happening and
but
unfolding with all the
but
reports
Do,
that are
do you
coming
think?
out.
Does anybody on this panel, free to ask questions, free to answer? Do you think Tua's a $50 million quarterback right now?
absolutely not, bro. I don't think any quarterback, if you're not Patrick Mahomes, is a $50 million quarterback. Simple
What?
as that. Simple as
Well,
that.
I mean,
Kirk
I
Cousins,
disagree with
Kirk,
that.
Kirk,
I disagree
Kirk
with that,
Cousins.
but
Who else? Who else
Mountie,
deserves 50? Who else
Mountie, I
deserves
wanted to get
50?
back. Mountie,
well,
remember
I
earlier?
tell you this. I tell you
Hold on,
this.
Mountie.
Josh Allen.
Hold on to that one. Hold on to that one, Mountie. You remember when you were cooking earlier? The chat agrees, right? Somebody in the chat said you were cooking Lewis, and you brought up that point where you were like, "Oh, Tua throws and he sets the receivers up." We saw that in the playoff game, and what was the worst situation, right? The same playoff game, we saw it on 3rd and 10, right? In the fourth quarter. We're down. What was it? Like 25-7, I think, at this point. Listen, 3rd and 10, and Tua throws a bad like screen pass to Tyreek Hill on the right side of the field, and by the time the ball got there, he got stuck. They hit his ass. You see what I'm saying? And it
I
was
hate.
two screens late in that game that were in third and long situation, and instead of us doing a play where we throw the ball at least at the sticks or past the sticks for a first down, Tua got rid of the ball in under 1.5 seconds on screens, one to A-Chain and one to Tyreek Hill, and they both got hit stick as soon as they caught the ball, bro. And
I
the
hate.
game was over by third quarter. There was no
I,
fight. It's like they
I,
quit, dude. Tua needs to
I,
get
I
out of
hate.
here.
I hate to go back. I hate to go back a season. But remember in the Pittsburgh game where Tua threw that ball in the end zone to Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert almost got his head knocked off. He should not have thrown that. That was that game, his first game back after concussion protocol. The game where he fucking took on Devin Bush head up. Remember that? Remember that? Tua do dumb shit.
Oh, yeah. And that was another part.
He
He
took
wasn't
on
looking
Devin, a
good.
linebacker, head up, his first fucking game back from fucking concussion protocol. Really? Really? This is what
That's
we
another,
doing?
and that's another concern. A lot of fans are bringing this up. I see it all over. They've said it on my channel. There's a scenario where you heard Fred say it. I think on my last
Hey,
stream.
were you talking about
We
Tua
might
putting
pay
his
Tua.
body
Yeah,
on the
we
line?
might pay Tua, and the moment he comes out on the injury report, he's just gonna sit out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna risk it.
We
He,
don't.
like he
We
won't fight
listen.
through
We
it.
don't.
We
We
can't
don't
be
need
here, bro.
to.
Thank God we're
We
gonna
don't.
get
We
Justin
don't need
Fields.
to. Given his injury history, we don't need to fucking taking unnecessary punishment. He needs to stay
So,
in the
so
pocket and
Mountie,
deliver the ball.
so real quick, because I'm not sure exactly where you stand, and I get it, 50 million. I'm not with it, but do you want to get rid of Tua, or would you be okay with him on a team friendly deal?
To be quite frank with, to be honest with you,
What's up,
I'm
Color?
a
My
little
bad,
in the
bro.
middle. I'm a little in the middle
Wasn't
because,
popping up.
like I said, I wanted Baker Mayfield. I like Baker Mayfield. I always loved him ever since he was in Oklahoma.
I
Always
hear
did.
you. He's straight, and he's a good personality.
I think Baker Mayfield's got swag. He can make every fucking throw on the field. He's mobile. I mean, you don't think Baker Mayfield can do just as good as Tua, if not better, in this offense with these weapons?
Can he do just
Forget
as good?
Baker
Can he do just
Mayfield.
as good as him in
Justin
Miami?
Fields. It's not Mayfield. It's Justin Fields. That.
Look. Well, so for to talk about Pete's title, would you prefer Justin Fields in this offense?
That's facts,
I,
Sweet Jump. That's facts, Sweet Jump.
listen. Well, all right, just to keep it real with you, if we trade for Justin Fields right now. Now, Tua has a 3 year head start in this offense. Okay, so it all depends on how Justin Fields assimilates to this offense and with the players around him.
No.
So
He's not going to assimilate to this offense. We're going to have to rebuild our. Mike McDaniel's has to rethink how he calls
Stop
plays.
it. There you go again, Manny, talking like you know what you're talking about, bro. I came up real quick, Manny, to cook you on something else you said earlier. Not really to cook you, but to cook like the idea, because you said something like when Mountie pointed out getting receivers like Robbie Chosen hurt. It was Robbie Chosen that suffered a concussion during the season because he had to go up for a ball behind him and got freaking lit up and planted into the ground. But I just wanted to ask, you immediately answered that by every quarterback does that.
I didn't say that. Number one, I didn't. I didn't say that.
I'm sorry, that was later. I'm talking about you answered it immediately by saying
This is football, and they should when they catch up.
quarterback. You can't blame the quarterback or something to that effect. And I just want to point out that, in other words, that the quarterback doesn't get the player injured, I think is what you said along those lines.
No. It's football though. You're expected to get hit.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. You're expected to get hit.
Right.
And
That's
this
what
was
you said.
unheard
You're
of
right,
back in the
you're
day.
right.
Were
I
you
got
scared to get Calvin Johnson
bro.
lit up?
You're right. You said it's football. So what you were doing by saying that was you were absolving accountability from any other player on the field for the injury, right? Because I agree with you. Football
Which
is a
injury?
dangerous sport. You know what I mean? And I blame any player gets injured. I see it as it just happens. I don't ever blame another player for it. This is the reason I came up to maybe not cook you, but cook the community for doing this, and maybe
So
gain you as an advocate, because I sat here for a month arguing with people that it wasn't Leah Meikenberg's fault that Teron Armstead got injured.
it's not really. He's just because he's the one that stepped on him, right?
Right. So where were you helping me in that argument, bro?
I wasn't even around, bro.
They were cooking me
I haven't
over.
been.
They were
I'm
cooking me
trying to
up.
get back.
It is a definite fact now that Leah Meikenberg got Teron Armstead
Well,
injured.
in all defense, too,
And
Leah
we don't have to
Meikenberg
go
is so
further
weak.
back than that to Jesse
He's so
Davis.
weak.
We
He
don't have to
needed
go.
his
We can go
gym.
further back to Jesse Davis.
Leah Mike. So as a lineman, you shouldn't be getting pushed back, though. Dog. You need a man up.
Manny. What I
That's
don't
not the
understand.
argument. That's not the argument, because I
Yeah,
accept that.
yeah,
Well, Manny,
yeah.
when
Of
you're
course,
trying
you
to
get it.
Manny, when you're trying to talk, right, and you're talking about the scheme and how will Justin Fields fit in it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Even if you take the rushing dynamic away from Justin Fields, you take the yards
You
away.
don't want to do that.
I'm saying, trust me. Listen to what I'm gonna say, so
I
you
will. I
understand.
will.
Even if you take the yardage, the rushing yardage away, the dynamic that he brings, the defense will have to prepare outside. They'll have to put spies. They'll have to do so
With you.
much that you saw how good our running game was last year, bro.
So
Mostert and A Chain
so
will turn into a star. He'll be
so hear me
better.
out, because I like
This is
Justin
what I'm
Fields.
saying.
My
Last year,
one of my
listen.
closest.
You know what happened last year, right? They tell you, "Oh, our run game stopped producing yardage." Right? It started to suck. The team started playing our outside runs. That's all we had. And you saw Tua that's another thing. I hate those little tosses that he do. Like the little, like, it's a weird toss. I don't know if you guys like it's a weird toss that I don't like. I just feel like it's so close. You should just damn near hand it off. It's unnecessary toss. But for some reason we toss it and we always run to the outside. Teams were playing that outside run. We never changed it up to run inside. Therefore, the
That's
impact
because we
that
run an
Justin
outside
Fields,
zone, West
yes,
Coast
but
system.
you have to be multiple. You even if you run outside when the 49, I mean when the Broncos used to have Clinton Portis and they were
Right.
running that outside zone, Clinton Portis used to
Right.
cut it
Well,
upfield.
that's another reason another point of contention that I
That's
wanted to bring
halfback
up.
vision.
That's another point of contention I wanted to bring up with Manny.
Justin
Go
Fields
look right
elevates our
now.
offense,
Pull
bro.
up this website. It's not. It's a free website. It's not Pro Football Focus. It's not PFS. None of that. It's called ProFootballReference.com, right? And they aggregate all the official stats from the NFL and information about each team and each player and all that stuff, right? It's like the IMDb of football stats, and it's completely free. Okay. If you go to the Miami Dolphins bio page for 2023, you will see us listed as it'll say offensive scheme, West Coast. And I'm not saying you didn't know that or anything like that. I'm just setting the premise here. Okay.
Okay.
Now go to the Chicago Bears, same bio page for 2023, and tell me what it lists their offensive scheme as.
Okay. So probably West Coast, based on what you're trying to prove here. So
Well,
so that
obviously, you're keen on getting the rhetoric, so yes, that is what it says. But I wanted it to be known that I'm not just saying that.
no,
It
I'm with you.
actually says that.
So in now for that to be said, right? For Pete's argument, because you're going against what Pete's saying. So what was the rating? What was Justin Fields' rating? Where did he stand?
Well, I don't know, but it's a completely different team with a
I mean,
completely different mission, a completely different perspective, a completely different focus. This is why I look at a guy like Baker Mayfield, as Mountie brought up, and say, in this case, yeah, you can forget the stats because you now you could talk about win-loss on the regular season. Oh, 9 wins in a crappy division. Well, yeah, it's a crappy division because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are also a crappy team.
yeah.
The whole division is crappy, including Baker Mayfield's team.
And in all honesty, the NFC is a weaker division.
Yet he still won a playoff
Conference.
game with them, which is his second playoff game with his second different team.
Which I mean, straight.
I mean, that
Baker Mayfield. I mean, what do
that's
you?
all
So
Mounty's
what are you
trying to
willing to
say.
give up? That's
That's
straight, and I
all.
get it.
We're all
But what are you
talking
willing
about
to
what
give
we
up?
want for our team, and Baker Mayfield provided that for the Cleveland Browns and the freaking
The
Tampa Bay
Buck.
Buccaneers. So what are we talking about?
So
Stats,
what I'm
yardage.
talking about is
Tua has
this.
yet to touch that. Tua
So
has
hear me
yet
out.
to touch
Hear me
Now
that.
out.
you're telling me
I like a
now
lot
you're
of different
telling me
quarterbacks.
Mr. McDaniel can only talk to one quarterback to the point where none of our team aspects compared to the Buccaneers or the Browns, none of those team dynamics. Oh, did I mention with the Rams in his short stint with the Rams in relief of Matt Stafford, he put 56 points on a team. Did I mention
Junior
that? No,
Black.
I didn't mention that, but
Hold on.
whatever. With an
So
injured Cooper Kupp.
I
Okay.
like other quarterbacks, but
Well,
I'm not giving up a first round for Justin Fields.
we do this false dichotomy where we're like, oh, well, that player did this, that, and the other. Okay.
Shout out to Cap.
Now, given our team and given the Buccaneers team, considering Baker Mayfield won a playoff game, do you think that's possible to do with Miami? Or do you
What
really hold us
if he was in Miami? You mean
compared to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
if Baker Mayfield was in Miami, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Or Justin Fields.
Because that's what we're
again,
talking about.
I hear you, and it's possible.
Baker or Justin.
We're not talking about bringing the performance that he was able to have with Chicago here. We're talking about bringing the athlete with his attributes that he showed in Chicago.
Sure, he's a good quarterback, but my thing is,
and let me remind you guys from here on out, his name. Let me make you guys a correction. Junior Black, shout out to you, but I just want everybody here to know that his name is Justin Skyler Fields, by the way. That's his full name. I hope now. Yeah,
so
go look it up. His name is Justin Skyler Fields. So we can have Justin Skyler Fields and Skylar Thompson as backup in Miami.
Hear me out. When we talk about
there are guys that I could agree with my brother Lewis on about. Yo, that guy, even I agree, my eye test, even this offense wouldn't make him better than Tua. A la Zach Wilson of the world, you know what I mean? Mike Glennon's of the world, you know what I mean? I get that there's that bad a quarterback. But when you're talking about people that have actually shown attributes, nobody can actually make a fair comparison until Mike McDaniel has 2 years with them.
Look at Geno Smith, perfect example. Horrible quarterback with the Jets, pretty damn decent with Seattle.
I still don't believe in him. My point
no, of course not. I don't want Geno Smith. But
I'm not up here trying to say Justin Fields would be a better fit in this offense than Tua. What I'm trying to say is neither fucking side can know.
Yeah, of course not. And my thing is, if you want to acquire him, if Peter's saying for peanuts, sure, let's get him for peanuts. I'm good with that. Let him come in and compete. I'm not willing to give up a first round, a second round for Justin Fields. It's not gonna. I'm not with that. Same thing with Baker Mayfield. I mean, maybe more. I'd lean more towards Baker Mayfield because I like him better. He's proven more in college.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So maybe I might give up a first for Baker. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, rumor had it, and this was a couple months ago. Rumor has it, and don't quote me on this, that when the Justin Fields trade start heating up, it was rumored that not only was Miami Dolphins one of the teams interested, that they made an offer as well. So I mean, take that for what you want to hear.
I'm sure it was like a third round pick. Because I guarantee you, had it been a first round pick or something good along those lines, they would have accepted the trade.
KP, to answer your question earlier in the chat, if this is like with some credibility, it's like what Mounty says. The reports were out there before, but now there's smoke. The smoke is, remember how the reports were coming out? Justin Fields is valued as a first round draft pick. The Bears are definitely going to draft Caleb Williams. Then Justin Fields erases all the stuff off the Chicago Bears social media. He backs out. Next thing you know, the tables have changed. The tune have changed. Now, if you pay attention to the media, how media flip-flops, but people never call the media out. First, Justin Fields was a hot commodity. He was going to be traded because Caleb Williams is generational. They're looking for that trade partner. Adam Schefter mentioned like 4 teams, but he also said more. And he mentioned there was more teams involved that are not allowed to be, discussed, right?
Hey,
So now,
hold on, Pete. Where's
the
Don EM King when you
and
need him,
then
bro? Lewis is
and
back in the chat.
and
Y'all want to see
hold on,
round 2?
Hey, what
hold
up,
That'll
on,
be a
Cap?
fella.
great match,
What up,
man.
Cap?
So after hearing those reports, right, KP, and then
Hmm.
moving on to what they're saying now, Justin Fields is going to be traded to be a backup somewhere. That's what they're saying now.
So
Now
his
he
value
has
is
no,
dropped.
yeah, now he has no value, and nobody wants him. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Well, here's
First
the
of
thing,
all,
Pete. Here's the thing.
he was 100% positive to sign with the Atlanta Falcons, right? Because that's where he's
Hmm.
from. They went with
That's what he was
They went
linked
with
to.
Kirk Cousins.
Right.
That's crazy.
So that
So
killed his
now when you
market.
see all that smoke where they're saying that he's now labeled a backup, I think from the Bears organization, because of what Ryan Pace spoke, he said, if they make this decision, they're going to do right by Justin Fields. Okay. Putting him in Atlanta, maybe it seems right, but it isn't a winning pedigree program right now. It's not right. It don't fit right. But when you sit here and trade him to the Dolphins for a low draft pick, you're making him, like you're doing good justice to him. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Can you imagine Justin Fields with Tyreek Hill and
Well,
Jalen Waddle?
before we start salivating, Pete, if you're a two and air, you should be pulling for Justin Fields to come to this team, and here's why. Because how are you going to bring Tua to the table? Apparently, there's some sort of stalemate, right, where both parties aren't on enough of the same uh, uh, um, degree to where we can sign him and get that signing behind us, right? Right now, Tua is not signed for his $50 million,
He,
as has
he
been reported, right?
here's
So,
why. Hold
how do
on,
you
KP.
pull?
One
Hold on,
second.
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me
I
finish.
gotta
Let me
add
finish.
this. Go ahead.
All right, let me just finish this. How do you pull Tua to the signing table? You threaten his position. You bring in Justin Fields on the cheap, and now Tua knows he cannot play the F around and hold out. He would have to settle for whatever the Dolphins would offer him at that point, because the Dolphins regain the leverage if they got a guy who's going to take his position in house. So
Well, this
I
is what
kind
I
of think,
wanted to add. Why
KB,
you
I
make
kind
a
of
lot
think
of
Chris
sense,
Greer
KP.
stole back a lot of the leverage with the past 2 days, man, to be honest with you.
perhaps, yeah,
Let me tell you why that makes a lot of sense, right? Because of the fact how they switched up now, though, KP. Think about it. Now they're saying he's a backup quarterback. So if
right.
when this trade goes down to Miami, what's the title going to say? The Chicago Bears trade just backup quarterback Justin Fields to the Miami Dolphins for a late round draft pick. What is that going to label Justin Field as? A bad player. Oh, he's only worth a 6th-round draft pick. He sucks. The Bears are doing good. They got a generational player, and they got lucky off of Justin Fields, and the Dolphins are the dummy to have him as a backup. But in reality, he's better than Tua. That's the truth. But since the narrative, the national pundits, all these paid medias, they're gonna run with he's coming to Miami as a backup. That's what's gonna be the case that stalls. And that just is more enticing than Mike White as the backup. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But here's the issue. That's why Tua is going to feel a little bit confident, because that's how it's going to be dealt and told to Tua. Remember, if Tua feels competition, he might want to request out and damage this trade. You know what I'm saying? He might do something to veto this trade and tarnish it somehow. Believe it or not, agents and players could do this. But at the same time, if you run with this narrative and you make Tua, because remember, you have to keep Tua positive. You can't shake his confidence. If you do, he starts looking in the mirror and he thinks he's a bad player. This is the storyline. This is the narrative people are not seeing that I'm portraying here in front of everybody. But today, March 13th, Pete doesn't have the source. Adam Schefter isn't reporting it right now. So it seems crazy. But around draft day, when this happens, People might remember, people might forget. It is what it is. But I'm just letting it be told and be known. These are the little details happening behind closed doors. In my opinion, that's happening. This is why the flip is happening. These owners are working this together and they're pushing it to be that way. Plus, they're paid beat writers. Now it's all turned into Justin Fields is some sort of backup. How the hell is that guy going from a starter? How is he already labeled a backup where there's teams he could go to and potentially be a starter? Let's just remove the Dolphins out of the way. You telling me he can't go to the Denver Broncos right now and start, fellas? So how can you just automatically label him a backup quarterback? This is the national
Every
pundits.
single NFL
This is the medias that are transforming
outside
this,
of
and this is
Miami
why it all
and
links
Alabama
up to be a
believes Justin
Dolphin.
Fields would be a starter at a lot of places.
Hey, Color, check this out. Who do the Patriots have right now? If the trade goes down right now at this very second,
you think
Justin
Chico
Fields isn't starting
O'Brien
over.
won't freaking take Justin Fields?
That's what I'm saying. Justin Fields isn't better than Bailey Zappi or whatever they got in the building. It's all lies. It's all something that when this guy lands in Miami, this is gonna be still the storyline. But yet, is he really a backup?
You don't think what's that guy in New Orleans?
This is the best opportunity.
Sean created Taysom Hill. Peyton wouldn't take Justin Fields. Come on, man.
That's what it is. What's up, Jordan, man? Welcome to the party, man. How you feel about this?
Wow, fuck. I just woke up, full disclosure. Long night. That's all I'm saying. Look.
Hey, my bad,
I just want Tua fucking gone. Okay? Or at minimum, don't give him the bag because it's going to set the franchise back 3-4 years. Okay? He's like a woman. You can't hurt his feelings. Okay.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in football. This concept of not hurting Tua's feelings. That can't be real.
Round two.
That can't be real.
Round two, Louis.
No, Color. I'm gonna stay very calm, cool, and collective, and I'm not gonna be here very long. I just heard again. I like 10 toes. I don't know about everybody else. I was born with 10 toes. I know there's a lot of people in the community. They got about 5 or 6 toes. I got 10. I just heard Pete say that the Miami Dolphins on draft day when it gets.
Oh, damn.
Is that me, fellas? What's going on? Because I also had to decline a phone call. You know how that adds. So
way to mute him, Pete.
Oh yeah, boot him. I just booted him. Thank God we ain't have to go through that. What's up, Pete, for life? What's going on?
Hey, so you can get 10 on the panel now?
I believe so. Yeah, I had to do that because you know what I did when I went to go live the other day. It said you can't go live. You ran through 3 hours or something I didn't even know or was even aware about. So it kind of forced me to do this. But what's up, Cap?
That's what's up.
How you feel about it?
Oh no, just to be honest with you, man. Like Cheetah said, man, it's pretty sneaky good at this point. You know, we're filling positions of need. You know, we got pretty much 7 players for the price of 1. I mean, right now, you know, like I said, it always looks good on paper, but let's see what happens.
And all the Tuaneers got to do is rip that Tagovailoa off the back. They're both number 1. You know what I'm saying? So they could save money on the jersey too.
And hey, does it really look better to you, Cap? I mean, I think we're reshuffling the defense apparently, but I think every player we've signed is a question mark still. I mean, they have some experience, but they haven't been impact players or all pros or nothing like that. Yeah, I mean, even Jordan Brooks, right? He's a good linebacker, but he's not great.
They're in their mid-30s. They pretty much they're guys that contribute, you know. But what got me the most, KP, is the 1-year, 2-year deals. Like they're doing this to win now. So if everybody wants to say rebuild, granted, you can say rebuild, but I think this is all in right now. If it's 1 year and 2 year deal, it's Operation 2025.
Okay.
We're basically, you know what is happening here, guys? We're basically handling. Sorry, Lewis. Go ahead now that you got connected back. I'll wait.
No, I just wanted to know. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we got you.
We can hear you now.
Okay, it's just real quick.
Yeah, reception is bad today, bro.
Yeah, it's horrible, Cat. But I was born with 10 toes. I know a lot of people, I see a lot of them on the panel too. They got like 5 or 6 toes. I just heard Pete say when we get close to the draft, right, that you're going to hear dun-dun-dun, breaking news. Miami trades Tua, we pick up Justin Fields. I just want to make that clear. That's what Pete said. And
It's feeling like a Josh Rosen saga all over again. I don't know. It just feels as a Dolphin fan. And I'm not the only one. There's people out here that are agreeing with it. They feel it. They feel it coming.
Pete, can I finish? I'm glad you said that you have a feeling, and there's other idiots in this fan base that have that same feeling. Because what I'm here to do, Pete, is I'm putting an offer on the table. I got $5,000 that says that Justin Fields will not be the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. Now, Pete, if you got that feeling, again,
oh my God,
I was born.
5 G's, wow.
Before
he got disconnected, I heard a straight bet for 5 G's on the table.
No, it's bad. Reception's bad today, bro. It's bad.
Money. He needs to get a better fucking telecommunications company. Fuck.
We locked that in officially.
Bro, I just signed up with Cricket, and it's worse than Metro, bro. Cricket sucks, bro. I'm going back to Metro, bro.
Metro, Cricket, they're all the same, bro.
Bro, but no, Cricket
bad
sucks,
weather down here
dog.
right
It
now.
sucks.
I did
Jordan.
officially hear the whole thing. That was 5 large on the table that we are not trading to it.
We're not worried
Baseball's
about that.
starting soon.
Betting,
it's getting warm.
Nope.
What's up, Pete?
No,
how do you feel Greer
don't
did
bet
this
no money
offseason so
if
far?
you're gonna bet.
Let me ask you guys, what grade do you give Greer right now for this offseason? If you had
it's
to
not
go
done, but you got to realize we got a
now,
fucking center.
That's why I said so far.
That's almost as good as Connor.
C.
The center's good. Jordan Brooks, he weighs like 240 pounds. He's a thumper. We need that physicality. Okay,
well, I think
I get that, but
the concept is definitely changing. It's there to fit Weaver.
Anthony Walker, he's got a good PFF grade. I think it's in the 80s or high 70s.
Yeah,
we got some good linebackers.
Bigger, more
guys.
physical linebacking players definitely in the house. You can say that for sure.
The biggest bet
we
I've
need
heard
to draft offensive linemen and defensive linemen in the draft.
Hold on, Jordan. That's the biggest bet I've heard since I've known you all, bro. Pete, what say you? That's 5 large that we're not trading to it, bro. You got to answer, man.
Bro, we were already past that color. Nobody's paying attention to that. We were in discussion.
Okay.
What were you saying,
I don't think the
Jason?
players' color have faith in Tua. They want him gone, man. They just won't admit it publicly.
No, they're
want
going all
him
in,
gone.
man.
And you can make the case the Dolphins organization doesn't want him. Only McDaniel wants him, it looks like.
The guy bastardized.
Trying to get Watson and trying to get Brady. If something like that was to be done, you'd say the whole time we were trying to get rid of him. It looked that way.
I mean, keep it real. Everybody on the panel, keep it real. Look at how the AFC is shaping up right now with all the quarterbacks and these teams that are maneuvering. Does Tua can he compete with any of these?
Exactly. We can't continue to.
These guys got arm, got quarterback acumen. They're mobile. Come on, bro.
And all we got is
hope. You guys brought something up earlier, bro.
The Patriots are either going to get Drake. Look, the Patriots are going to get Jalen Daniels or Drake May, and that's another fucking strike against us. We need a fucking quarterback, man. I can't do this Tua bullshit. Tua would make an excellent CFLer. Okay, fuck.
Listen, hey, KP, now listen. Now listen. Now everybody's talking. That's been a talking point. How Buffalo is purging right now. Okay, if I'm going to tell you something, they're going to purge. If we can't beat them at least 1 out of the 2 this year with them purging, if Tua can't beat them, then we're done. We're done.
You guys were talking about earlier, man. You guys were talking about earlier how the Bills and the Chargers paid their quarterback, and now they're paying the price for it. I mean, can we not learn from their mistakes and try to do something different so we don't put ourselves in that hole in the future?
I don't
Exactly.
think they consider it a mistake, though, Cap. Look, they're following the Dan KC model. They know who their quarterback is, so everybody else is dispensable. They just need to reshuffle the pieces around their quarterback. Their
I
quarterback
just
ain't
like
going
to
nowhere.
address the. I just like to address the
That's true.
retard in the chat that says the center's 275. So fucking what? He scored a fucking high PFF grade for fuck's sakes.
Click that
He was
link,
good.
whoever
He's
he's
good. He
talking to.
opens up holes. Who gives
Look
a
what
fuck?
KC did last year. KC took a radical approach. They basically signed nobody at wide receiver. I think Rice was a second or third round draft pick wide receiver. They,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
but
their
lost
their
let
both
their
me,
their,
yeah,
tackles.
look,
their
let me
philosophy
tell
is
you,
working. Yeah, theirs is
Yeah,
working.
so why wouldn't Buffalo and the Chargers emulate that, believing that they have their guy at quarterback?
but let me tell
Other
you,
guys
the
become more
Titans,
dispensable
Yo,
if you
Pete.
believe you got your guy at
the
Yo,
the
quarterback.
Pete.
the
I got a
Titans,
question
That's
the
for
fair.
you.
Titans
That's
have
fair.
the
That's fair.
Titans, the Titans
Before
have.
Lewis
Hold on,
started
color.
cooking.
Hold on,
All right,
color.
go ahead.
The Titans have officially changed their offensive philosophy because of Will Levis now. Callahan, he got rid of this dude, the center that we have, because he, like TD pointed out, the Titans fans are happy. He's not a good pass blocker, and with Will Levis, that offense is gonna go to like the Joe Burrow type numbers. He said that's the
Our
type of
center
pass
cannot
rate
be a
he's
good
going
pass
to
blocker
be.
strictly on
They
physicality
believe
alone.
in
He's too damn
Will
little.
Levis over there. I don't
It's
know.
what the zone run blocking scheme. That's what we got him because Tennessee's line was almost dead last, bro. Like,
Yeah,
are we
but
using him because
he
he's
will get
mobile?
overwhelmed by any skillful interior defensive
But
lineman
he's
with
a
some mass.
scheme fit because zone blocking it's not predicated on size. It's more predicated on speed. That's why they got him.
Yeah,
So they're gonna move this
yeah.
cunt fucking out, okay, on jet sweeps and stuff like that. That's what they're
So
gonna do.
is Connor gone? And do you think Elliott's gone too
Yeah,
since
I'm
Poyer came?
convinced Connor's gone. Yeah, I'm convinced Connor's gone. They'll probably draft Graham Barton or someone like that in the draft to play
Yeah,
guard.
with the
Yeah,
amount we're paying him starters money. So, I don't know. He's really small, little man. 6'1", 275 center. That's
That
really small.
is crazy how Pete you throw me backstage and try to blame it on my cell phone service. I was backstage listening. Pete don't want to take that bet again. This is that bullshit
Listen,
right here. We have panels every goddamn day. Pete comes up here and has a different trade scenario for.
hey, but y'all have panels every day and be
Wrong
muting
with that,
people
Pete.
all day,
You wrong
kicking
with that.
people out all
You know
day,
what, bro?
and
It's
then when
funny
you
how the
do it
shoe's
to
on
them,
the
they
other
like to
foot.
cry.
The
And
shoe's
then
on the
and
other foot.
look at color, look at color. Color be getting a boot too. I mean, at the
Oh
end of
my
the day, I
God,
mean,
Pete's
they do it all day.
hilarious.
Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm not here, man. We're having a discussion day out here, man. You just got hung up on. Try to call next time. Maybe it won't. The phone line won't be disconnected, fellas. Left and right.
Pete. Oh, oh my God. But yeah, man. Like we need to keep it real with ourselves. Like, are we really a contender this year or not? With Tua.
I mean, we have to be. We have to think
no,
that they're going all in. If they don't do that, they
you
are
can't.
screwed. They are
You
screwed if this
cannot
does
be a
not work.
contender with Tua. You cannot be
I
a
know.
contender
Tua,
with
No,
fucking
hey
Tua.
Cap, you can't say go all in with Tua in the same breath.
no,
It's
trust
after
me.
seeing what
Listen,
we
But
see.
listen.
Mountie,
I'm with you.
institutionally, the lie
I'm with
is the
you.
official
This is the
motto.
hand that we've been
The
dealt. This
emperor
is what
has
we
no
got.
clothes. Not to the
They don't want
emperor.
to do it.
Emperor didn't
They
figure
don't
it out to the last second, to the
to the
last
last
moment.
second, bro. Yeah.
He was
I mean,
butt
we're stuck.
naked out there
Where
in the
it is what it is,
streets.
bro. We got to do this,
He
bro.
thought
Like
he thought he had the best outfit in the world. He thought he
this
had
is
the
like
invisibility cloak.
Here's another thing.
oh, you know that. Hey, you know that invisibility cloak is real, right? You know it's real,
Yeah, I heard about that. The military
bro.
guy. That's all
That's some
kind of
scary
bullshit.
shit, bro. If that thing is real, we are screwed military wise. It's real. I saw it last
Hey,
month, bro. It's been developed and everything, bro. That thing is
David
real.
slew Goliath with a stone, bro. With stone. David slew Goliath with a stone. Them can't worry me, man. Me a Rasta man.
Yeah, I'm on. But yeah, man. I mean, look, we're seeing what they've done. He's done this
I'm
before,
not
bro.
gonna lie.
He'll start building up these 1 year, 2 year deals when he's ready to make a move. But yeah, great. Then you're making a push to go all in now. But if this doesn't work on these 1 year contracts and these 2 year contracts, what do you think's gonna happen?
Boom, blow it up.
But let
Kaboom,
me
bro.
explain. This is what I'm trying to explain. I didn't hear all you guys answer. What was Greer's grade so far? This is the thing. To me,
I say C
I
plus.
hate
I
that.
give him a B. I give him a B.
Wow.
I give him a C
I
plus. I think he's reshaping the team slowly but surely in Weaver's vision of defense. On offense, I'm not sold on the center, and I'm not sold on the tight end either, John Smith. Where has he been an impact player that made his team decisively better? And he's a
Well, he
hometown
was
guy.
all right in L.A. He played all right next with Hunter Henry in L.A.
Yeah, but
well,
was his talent decisively? Did he make his team a playoff team? Well, I mean,
Let me ask you this. Hey, you guys, what do you think about the difference between Braxton Berrios
shout
and
out to
Hunter
Ron.
Renfro? Like, is there a big difference between Hunter Renfro and Braxton Berrios?
Yeah, speed.
I think Hunter Renfro is better.
Hunter Renfro's
I think he's
faster.
better. I think Hunter is
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
Hunter Renfro is more injury prone, but yeah, I do like Hunter Renfro because of his speed. They're both the same actually, but his speed
That's
is
what I was
faster. He's
thinking.
faster.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, they
Hunter's
look the
better.
same.
But I'm gonna
But
tell you, I'm gonna let Ronald go because maybe he wants to answer the Greer what his grade is
Man,
so
I hate when
far
we do that,
right
though,
now.
guys. The only reason we're comparing Berrios and Renfro is because they're white. I hate when
No,
we
I
do
mean,
that.
no, it's
I
the
mean,
slot. They're
it's
slot.
yeah,
I mean, they're like a
Okay,
possession
yeah,
receiver.
well,
yeah, but
KP, to a point, yes, you're right. You do have a there is a degree to that. They're both white, but they're both similar and they both play slot though. You see what
that
I'm
is
saying?
Hey,
true.
So
I heard
Speaking
that
so
they
about
that's
stole.
why
white,
I heard Cooper Kupp stole the
but
style
they
from
are
Hunter.
white. I mean, I'm not. I can't lie and say I ain't
Oh,
doing that.
bro, listen.
Y'all not over here comparing him to
Cooper
no
Kupp.
Deontay Johnson or anything.
Cooper Kupp says that he stole his style from Hunter Renfro, bro. So it's a style. It's not more
yo,
or less of a color. It's a style.
Yeah, no. Before
the
he
best
got
Y'all
hurt,
gonna
Hunter
be
cornerback
shocked
in
Renfro
the
when
was
I tell
draft
tearing
y'all
this
is
my
league up.
Greer
white.
grade. You
Renfro
guys
was
are gonna
tearing
be
this league
shocked.
up before he got hurt. That is
Oh, I
facts.
had him in
Pete,
fantasy. I had him in fantasy. He was good.
Pete, the best cornerback is white in the draft from Iowa. Would you really take a white cornerback? That's fucked up, man. That's like
I'm
Jason
gonna tell you.
Sehorn.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
Why not?
something.
Jason Sehorn was
I'm gonna
pretty
tell you
good.
something. No. I'm gonna tell you something. Our white cornerback that we had last year, Ethan Bonner.
Bonner,
Man, I'm not gonna lie. That dude could potentially be a stud,
he
man.
got
He was
Y'all
size, he
fast,
see,
got
bro.
speed.
He's the
bro,
one Cheetah
that
said
guy
that got the
has
fastest arm,
size.
bro.
Yes, no, he has size. He has speed. And what I love, if you go back to the playoff game, remember late in the game, it
He
didn't
didn't back
matter. It
down.
didn't mean nothing. But what happened? His instinct, his read and react, almost like a linebacker type. He got there, saw that it was a run with Carlos Edwards-Hilaire, and he just read the run play quick, blitzed in from the cornerback spot, and forced that fumble. I'm not going to lie. He shocked me after watching him in those games that he did participate in. And he kind of like really did well. I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't shock me if that dude is a starter. But the dude you're talking about, Jordan, I mean, Dijon Cooper, he has to. We'll see where he gets drafted.
Cooper
We'll see.
DeJean.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a
there is
playmaker.
this.
What is he? What is he? Corner?
No, he's a safety, isn't he?
Safety.
He's
So he's a
versatile.
Okay.
He's
cornerback.
versatile. He's versatile.
Yeah, he's a
Corner and
playmaker.
safety.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, that's
I know, but
my
looking up
grade.
that Brooks, bro. That guy Brooks, like Pete, you were talking about him, bro. He looks solid, bro. He looks like a leader for real, bro.
Oh yeah.
He's big, man. He's like 240.
This is what I'm
Yeah, bro.
saying. I think I gotta admit, at worst, I think Greer gets an A- for so far.
Can you ask me the question again, Pete?
What is Chris Greer's grades in free agency so far?
First
We
of
know
all,
it's not done, but so far.
Oh, so far.
Good afternoon, by the way.
Good afternoon, everyone. So
Good luck.
far,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon,
it's a
sir.
C at best. At best.
Everybody here, yeah. Everybody
But
here
the
is
thing
pretty
is,
much a
here,
C.
I'm upset that he didn't get the Buffalo center. I
Morse.
wanted that guy at the center position.
Where did Morse end? Did Morse sign with anybody yet?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville?
I believe
Miami
it was
has now signed another former Bills secondary guy. They got a corner. This could be good to get into Josh Allen's fucking head. They know him well. Jordan Poyer and this other guy.
But they just
Oh
signed him
yeah,
now.
I'm glad you brought that guy's name up. Remember last year, Jordan Poyer was a hot name that he was going to come to the Dolphins last year?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys remember that? There was smoke. He was supposed to be a Dolphin. Well, guess what? You guys think there was a scenario where Xavier Howard kind of like cock blocked that deal, liking his girl's pictures and probably Greer? Because remember, I'm going to tell you, you laughing, KP, I heard you. But let me tell you, remember what Greer did last year? He called Tyreek Hill. And he said, hey, Tyreek, is it cool if we bring Eli Apple over here? We know what problems you guys have. And what happened? He said, it's cool. You know, he's on the other side of the ball. We might not see each other, so we're just going to deal with each other, and we hope to get better and win. So Greer accepted the fact that Tyreek said it was cool, and they accepted it mutually. Last year could have been the same scenario with Poyer and Xavier. And Poyer could have easily been the one saying, I'm not going to go to you guys with that disrespectful guy hitting on my wife. Or Greer could have potentially went up to Xavier Howard and says, what do you think about bringing Jordan Poyer? And Howard maybe just said, you know, I don't think we should bring that guy.
Pete, I'm convinced that Howard was a cancer on this team.
This is such player-led in my
far-fetched.
mind. That's how I think. You see, Cap? It's not far-fetched because of the way that it's led.
3 Rosenhaus guys, bro. We got more Rosenhaus guys coming in. I think, look, right now we're at a point where if they're going to come in on a discount, people that are proven, bro. And right now, I believe Drew has the guys on his squad that can help this team out for this year, bro. So, I mean, Poyer, I'm not sure if Poyer is a Rosenhaus client or not, but from what I've heard the last couple of days, we've got like 3 or 4 guys now contributing from his agency. Not to mention the other guys that we had before, but do you think that the Drew Rosenhaus has a better pulse on this team than our front office does?
Drew Rosenhaus is about Drew Rosenhaus. He cares about himself and getting paid. My problem is anyone that we're bringing in is over 30. And you guys know about football. You got to be on the right side of 30. And my concern is we don't get too old. Because if we're too old, what happens? We get injured and we get slow. I'm just saying from my standpoint.
Yeah, no, it's that's what I'm saying. They're going all in. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let me address Joe Levesque. He says, Pete, you're off the Skyler train. Let me explain something to you, Joe. I want 2 Skylers here now. I want Justin Skyler Fields, and I still believe in Skylar Thompson. So, yeah, if we could get 2 Skylers in the building, we have a way better chance than having a Tua, and we can't even say the guy's first full name. Like, nobody here can say it right now. Can anybody say Tua's first name? You can't. That's what I'm saying. We can't even say our quarterback's first name.
It's long, bro. It's long.
Oh, it's long. Nobody here knows how to say it. Never probably even attempted to say it. We all just gave up and said, you know what? It's just Tua.
I tried one time, bro.
Come on, man. That's unfair, man. Come on now. Let's make the criticisms legit, man. I ain't mad at the brother's name, man. I'm just mad at the fact that, you know, in the late part of the season, he can't find a fucking open receiver. He's confused like a deer in the headlights. Whatever his name is.
Exactly. Justin Skyler Fields. Isn't that even better? I promise you, when this trade goes down, I'm not going to call him Justin. His name from now on is going to be Skyler Fields. That's all we're going to see in Miami with these weapons. Listen, man, this is why I don't understand. I forgot who was up here earlier. I think it was Manny, the whole scheme with Justin. Justin Fields and Mike McDaniel will mesh so perfect together.
Yeah,
when he extends the play,
fucking run, Scott.
And no, forget the rushing yards. 100%. Forget
Dude,
the rushing yards.
I know last season Justin Fields
time to throw downfield.
I know last season Justin Fields damn near beat us by himself.
And he had 200 yards rushing. Can you imagine? Remember what the 49ers and Mike McDaniel turned around and did? Not only did they move off of Jimmy for Trey Lance, but when they did move to Trey Lance, what did they run? They actually ran Trey Lance on quarterback draws. Put him in the pistol, put him out there as shotgun, 3 receiver set or tight formations with double tight end, and the 49ers will say hike, and it was a drawn up run play up the middle with Trey Lance. We can do that with Justin Fields. Let's say the case is, well, maybe we do trade because the narrative is he's going to be a backup. You don't think McDaniel will try to use his skill set in a live game in a situation where it's 3rd and inches? Tua's not going to be called upon to run no quarterback sneak or no tush push. But do you think coach will be like Brian Flores and say, let's go, Justin Fields. We need you in on this play.
Remember when Jacoby Brissett was here? They would bring Jacoby Brissett in on certain shit, short yardage, long balls and shit like that.
Yep, that was crazy.
He sure did for a Hail Mary.
That should have been an indictment against Tua right there. Except it was Flores laying down the indictment, so the boogeyman.
Dude, Tua, we've seen what we need to see. He's too limited in a lot of critical areas. So where to make us a contender, a legitimate contender, right away.
So here's the problem from my.
So as a fan mounting, I'm sorry. So as a fan right now with Tua, do you feel like we have a Super Bowl contender right now? Yes or no?
No.
With Justin Fields immediately traded, do you feel like you have a chance by any chance? Yes or no?
A slight chance, yes.
Yeah, I agree. A slight chance.
Because Justin Fields.
If they tell you to go play this scratch off, but you have 0% chance of winning, you're not going to waste your money. But if they tell you you have a small chance of winning, then you might be inclined to want to put that money in there. That's the issue.
See,
that's what we
see
know,
the reason.
Thank you, man.
The reason I can endorse the Justin Fields trade is because they're off. They play a variation of the West Coast offense. So, but it all depends on what the language is and all that kind of stuff. How quickly he can pick up everything.
Justin Fields at his best in the West Coast offense would be
the Bears just got breaking news in the quarterback
at his height in the 49ers system. When Colin Kaepernick was smoking, that's what Fields would be like.
Adam Schefter? The real
Adam Schefter. The real Adam Schefter. Tell me how you guys feel now. Adam Schefter reports a minute ago on Twitter right now. Bears have agreed to terms with former Rams and Broncos quarterback Brett Ripien on a 1-year deal. He's about to be available right now, any minute now. Any minute now, this guy could be potentially traded.
So, Pete, here's the issue, Pete. One, what is Justin Fields worth? Like, what do we need to give up to get him?
I think we have, 2 fifth-round draft picks? They're labeling him now. Listen, the media
we got nothing.
is
we got
selling.
like 2 6s.
You go to NFL.com. You go to NFL.com. You go to NFL Network, ESPN, all the smart individuals that are running on these platforms. Now they're labeling Justin Fields as a potential late-round draft pick, when in fact it was supposed to be a first-round draft pick just a month and a half ago. Something has changed. The tune has changed. In my opinion, I told you guys already on this stream earlier on, I think Ryan Pace, the general manager, did a horrible decision selling and trying to show people that they're staying with Justin Fields. See, he didn't do what Cliff Kingsbury did that whole offseason with Josh Rosen. Everybody knew they were going to select Kyler Murray, but never did they ever once sit here and let Josh Rosen be known that he can go out and potentially seek other teams or anything in that discussion. They just said they believe in him. And in business, sometimes you got to lie to sell a product. And when the person that lied sells the product, usually that buyer gets a bad deal. Unfortunately, we saw the end results. Josh Rosen gets traded for a high second-round draft pick, and the Dolphins were the team that sold that. They thought they were really trying to hold on to Josh Rosen. And we felt for the Nuggets. We really did. And at the end of the day, now Ryan Pace, the Bears general manager, did the opposite. And like I said earlier, I think he's doing that. Everything has purposes. I don't think Ryan Pace is in this position that he is as a general manager, and I can't sit here and say he's an idiot. Everything is done with reason behind things. Like I said earlier on the stream, I think they're doing Justin Fields a good service. Just like the Miami Dolphins just let Christian Wilkins walk away and let him get paid now And by not franchise, people think the Dolphins couldn't afford to franchise tag Wilkins. No, Greer did him a justice service and was acceptance of the 3rd round comp pick in return next year. He accepts that, and he's doing a good deed to Christian Wilkins right now. Right now, Christian Wilkins is loving Chris Greer. He don't hate him. He loves him for letting him do this in that situation. Just like when Justin Fields gets traded to a team that doesn't have draft capital like the Dolphins, and now they have to give up one of those late draft picks, just like the Dolphins, they can upgrade the quarterback position that actually derailed the Dolphins in the most pivotal point in the season late last season. Think about that. That's what's going on.
So, Pete, here's the
Aaron
issue.
Jones got
Just think-
released from Green Bay. Aaron Jones is on the market. He's a good back.
Aaron Jones is not on the market. He already got picked up by the Minnesota
Already?
Vikings, Jason.
Holy
Already.
fuck.
I don't understand why this fan base thinks we're going to get a running back. Does this fan base not understand who Devon A-Chain is? I'm
we
telling
need
all
more
of
than
you
that,
guys
Pete.
right
We
now.
need more
if
than that,
we do
Pete.
not,
Come on.
we don't,
fucking
okay. We do not need more than Devon A-Chain. If he is our 3-down back, you might sit here and tell me he's too small. I'm not buying it. I remember, and I get it. Maurice Jones-Drew was a bit thicker. I get it. Some of these other but look at Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson wasn't thick. They said he can't hold on. He's going to get hurt. He went on and got 2,000 yards. This guy looks like he's in a situation where Devon A-Chain could be. He could be in the lead role, be a pass-led team like it's supposed to be, and it won't be heavy boxes where by the time they get A-Chain, he's already 6-8 yards downfield, and he's getting tackled by a safety or a corner, not a
Pete, don't we
defensive
need a running
lineman.
back
This
for
is a
3rd and
pass-happy
inches?
offense. We got
For
him,
third
3rd
and-
and inches. 3rd and inches, you know how dangerous Devon A-Chain is? If it's 3rd and inches, look, if you got Derrick Henry and 3rd and inches, everybody's mindset is he's the best, and I don't buy that crap. 3rd and inches, the whole NFL knows Derrick Henry's about to run up that damn gut. That's stoppable. 3rd and inches with Devon A-Chain, I don't want to hear he's small. If it's 3rd and inches and it's needed, he will run in between those tackles and run and get that inch. He's that good. But he will keep the defense honest and balanced to the fact that if you do decide to pitch it on 3rd and inches, you play inside defensive line and you crashed inside, he's gone for 60 yards on 3rd and inches.
But Pete, let's not lose sight of Devon A-Chain was hurt twice last year.
There we go.
I mean, so was Jonathan Taylor banged up. Players do get banged up, but we can't put the injury bug label like they're always going to be back. At what point are we going to trust players to come back and sit here and say they're not injury prone no more? That's the issue right now.
See, when you have a 17-game season, at least you need 2 good backs.
Projection-wise, if they're healthy now, you project them on what their ability and you project them on what they can do in an offense. And I think not even Raheem Mostert was decent. He could be the backup. But as a starter, I think we've been set in stone with Devon A-Chain. And I was even telling people, even when the streams were going on back then, they were screaming for Jonathan Taylor. They said we needed Jonathan Taylor. And why did the Jonathan Taylor talk stop? You guys know why? Because Devon A-Chain exploded on the field. And everybody knew he was running. They just didn't know where he was running. And that's why it was unstoppable in the beginning. Go ahead, guys.
Well, they are going to bring in a back, Pete. Who the fuck do you think it's going to be? They're going to bring in another back. Who's it going to be?
I mean, it's going to be probably an undrafted camp body. We just brought Selvin Ahmed back.
No. It won't be an undrafted camp body. I guarantee it. They're going to bring in another back.
We're running it back, Jason. We're running it back. It's
Jordan.
only those. We're running it back. And this year, it might be where it's Devon A-Chain, which I believe is going to be the running back in the lead role. That's what I honestly believe is going to. We're set. Running back, forget about it. We have studs there. We have potential. Like, he could lead the league in rushing yards, in my opinion. You give him the rock like that.
Well, we need defensive linemen, offensive linemen in the draft. That's for sure.
That's another thing. You see the tight end center that we just got. That leads
Yeah.
to let you know we're looking at the run game. We're paying attention to the run. He's a really dominant run offensive lineman. He
Yeah,
fits this
that's what
scheme
his
perfect.
forte is. He can run
Yeah,
block very good.
oh yeah, and he's a good smooth runner. So the center that we picked up, I mean, I think Liam Eichenberg has a job to fulfill this offseason. It's not given anymore. I believe it was going to be given to him as center, but I believe now the competition just came in the building
No,
and potentially put Eichenberg at left guard or something right
right
now.
guard
That's what I
Feigenberg.
think.
Right guard.
Right
Right
guard?
guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we need a better right guard than Liam, the stinking
Jordan is
Eichenberg.
going to be Liam. Jordan is going to be Liam.
Okay, I disagree. I say it's gonna be someone like Graham Barton from Duke.
I hope so, but we have a lot of holes.
Yeah, we got to fix one at right guard. We don't have
we
Liam
don't-
Eichenberg
we-
stinks.
We need
Hold on.
2 D linemen at least more.
Yeah, I want that nose tackle from Texas. It's Sweat or Sweet. It's pronounced.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get him in the second round.
And who's playing left guard? We're going to
What
put Robert Jones?
Robert Jones signed a 1-year deal. He's back with the team.
He's typically a backup, right? He's typically a backup.
He can start. They got Kendall Lamb still out there on the market. They might sign him.
We need to bring
I
him
hope.
back. We need him badly.
Yeah,
I
but
hope.
Ronald, you said we got holes on this team, and you said defensive tackles. What other holes? Because you said that with an S.
All right,
Holes.
so for me, we got 2 needs up in the front D line, like Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis. Those 2 holes. That's 2 holes right there. I know we need one more edge guy. We
Holes and poles.
We need 2
I
more
said holes
cornerbacks.
and poles.
Holes. We need 2 more cornerbacks. We need a left guard, and we still need a receiver somewhere. I don't know if that's a draft or a free agency, but we need a 3rd receiver.
Wow. So again, say them again, so I could
right.
put them in my finger. How many?
So, someone to replace Wilkins, someone to replace
DT, one.
Raekwon Davis. We need
So
one
that's
more
2 D.
one more person at edge.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let's just say starters. Let's make it easier.
That's starters.
Because now
That's starters.
only starters. You think we need to? How do we need 2 defensive tackles when we have Zach Zeiler? We need one. Christian Wilkins. So that's one. That's one.
You lost
DT, we
Raekwon
need
Davis,
one.
though.
Yeah, but he was depth. He was backup. We can't. Well, a backup could be anybody. You see what I'm saying? We got to work. No, he didn't start. He didn't start. And he didn't play. He
started
didn't.
nose tackle, bro.
He did start, Pete.
It was Wilkins, Raekwon, and Siler.
So that's 2 positions.
Tyler.
Okay, so now we need DT. We need nose tackle. That's 2 positions now. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need one more edge. That's 3.
Well, no, we don't. We just got
Why do we
Barrett,
need an
and
edge?
Phillips will be, and Chubb will be back by late October, mid-October.
Okay,
we don't
so
need
what we're
edge.
gonna do September 1? What we're gonna do?
Well, hey, we got to fucking deal with it. We got Barrett. We should be lucky we
We did
got
get
him.
Barrett. We got Barrett, which fills in one of those holes, and we're gonna sit here and say it fills in. I would say Christian Wilkins' role.
No.
Right?
Barrett is replacing the outside linebackers.
He's an edge rusher. Yeah.
Edge
He
rusher.
could play on the line too. He's versatile. He could play on the line too. So that's why I'm saying he could turn around. And I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Wilkins, but that replacement is in place. He's the bridge player that we needed for 1 year to solidify that hole and hold that spot down with not worrying about the position and not ever even thinking about having to develop. Now, who we get behind him, that's the guy we need to see if he can play in this league, if it's developmental worthy. But that starter, boom. Like Jason just pointed out, we got the Christian Wilkins one at least to a certain degree replaced.
I got a question.
Yeah, we did.
We don't.
It's like a C grade. That would be like considered a C.
I got a question.
Barrett is like the Andrew Van Ginkle being replaced.
Yes.
Pete, did you see the report where Jarvis Landry was saying he wouldn't mind a reunion? I know he's old, way over the hill.
No.
In the Braxton Berrios role as a fourth receiver.
No.
Too old.
I would do it for a
Too old,
year
too
Let
because
him
broken.
he's
go, guys.
physical. And
This team love anybody that's over 30. We got to go younger. Jarvis was good years ago, guys.
Yeah,
That's
no, you're
bad.
right. You're right. And that's why I just
Jarvis
asked the
is coming
come
question.
as
on, he's a
coach.
third wide receiver. You don't need to be. You don't have to have
No,
that much speed for a third
no,
wide
guys.
receiver.
No.
He's a
When
possession
was the last
receiver and
time
he's
he
a
I
played?
would see him
motivator.
in like a Nat Moore type role, just an
When was the
old
last time he
veteran
played?
receiver who could potentially be
Look,
really tough, catch the tough
look, Kay.
balls.
This is
Yeah.
Kari. This is what I like about Landry. Okay, if Tua don't throw him the ball, okay, when he's open, he's gonna go right up the fucking Tua and go, "Why didn't you fucking throw me the ball, you fucking goof?" That's what
Exactly.
Tua needs.
I was thinking
That's
about
what
that too.
Tua needs.
Jordan
That's
and
what fucking
Carrie,
Tua
100.
needs.
when was the last time that Landry played?
He played last year on the Saints.
Did he start?
Well, it depends on what they're. I don't watch enough Saints games. It depends what package. Were they using 3 wide receivers as their primary set or 2? I don't know what their formation was, bud.
I think
You
we
talking
can
about Will
find
Bowden?
something.
Lynn Bowden?
No,
No.
we're talking about bringing back Landry. I want to bring him back
Oh,
because you know what? If
Landry.
Tua is here, I want someone to get into his face, and Landry will do that.
No, Juice. Hey, do you trust Juice like taking over the role of the enforcer, or do you leave it to Tyreek to be the enforcer?
Well, I think Hill's pissed off at Tua too. He's just not showing it that as much. He wants to win, but it's a double-edged sword. He wants stats, and Tua keeps throwing him the ball, so he puts up with the bullshit from Tua. But he wants to win. Hill's getting pissed off. No, am I wrong?
But I
Hill
mean,
seems
from that
pissed
interview
off.
that Hill did, yeah, that's what I'm saying. From that interview he did with the pivot, it sounds like that's what he's trying to do, but it's just not reciprocating right, I guess. But if Juice does it, you don't want to piss off Juice, bro, because I'm telling you, Landry will say something, bro.
That's what I want. I want a guy that's vocal. I want a guy to go after Miami loses and say, well, Tua needs to learn to throw the ball better. I think he, maybe needs to get his eyes checked sometimes. I'm nothing personal, but just saying. I'm worried Tua's going to be the starter, man.
No, I'm just I don't know why he was pissed, but he
Hill's
mentioned in
getting
that
pissed
interview that
off,
he was
Bradley.
starting to
Cool.
get pissed.
Can I answer this question? Cool. He came here to win. What has Miami won since Hill's been here? Fuck all. What have we won in the last 24 years? Fuck all. That's why he's pissed off. Thank you. Next question.
I love it, Jason.
Yeah.
He's also mad at the fact that Tua's holding grudges. Holding grudges. Why is the quarterback holding grudges with his top paid receiver? It's not making any sense. Why do quarterbacks fall off with receivers? Do you guys remember the story between Donovan McNabb and why he fell off with Terrell Owens? What happened there? You see what I'm saying? It could be an easy turnover of events. And let me tell you, there's one player that's more important to the team than the quarterback is. And if there's only one player on this team that's more important than the quarterback, I'm thinking that's Tyreek Hill, if you ask me. So if
It is.
Tyreek Hill, yeah. So Tyreek Hill's coming out on these podcasts is like isn't he making our quarterback look like a wimp? Be honest here.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm happy. Yep.
Of course.
If he
A
keeps
lot of us up here, we're labeled as Tua haters. We don't know football. But in reality, it's all about the skill and the feeling and the potential. But at the end of the day, look what Tyreek Hill's doing. He's making the franchise quarterback look bad, holding grudges. Have you ever heard of someone holding a grudge and looked good at holding that grudge? Has it ever been looked good upon in any role, any scenario?
Yeah, that's part of being a professional, man. You have to fake it till you make it.
But doesn't you think? Because I told y'all before, Tyreek Hill came here for the money. I agree, and I'm not saying that you guys are not right. But when people say a player goes somewhere and he's only there for the money, it's almost like that player gives up in football. Tyreek is not that, bro. Tyreek Hill, yes, he got paid. He wanted to get paid. He wanted to be known that he is a great in this league. But at the same time, he cares about winning. He cares about stats. And this is why he said he wants 2,000 yards. Because he believes if he gets those 2,000 yards, his team is going to win a lot of games. And he put his whole team on his back by putting that. We were the targets. Tyreek Hill wants 2,000 yards with that weak arm quarterback. Not a
Back to Jarvis for a second. Last year, he had 272 yards in 25 receptions. So, I don't know if
How many games did he play? How many games did he fucking play in?
I think he let me look that up. Game started.
Remember,
5-3. Played 9 games.
They had Rashid Shaheed. They had Shaheed. They had Johnson. They had Thomas. They had Hill. They didn't really use him that much.
I heard he's going to be released. Michael Thomas, is he already released? That could be a third. That'd be a good third.
He's always injured, Jordan.
I know he gets injured, but if the price, if you can get him for like fucking $4 million,
We have too many guys that are always injured. Let's pass on those bottles.
well, it seems as though players always get injured in Miami. I think it's because they don't condition good. They're out, they're partying, they're fucking, they're sucking, they're going to the casino. Am I wrong? What? I'm being honest. Fuck. What the fuck?
Oh my
man?
God! Who said that?
The Canadian.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Can you clear something up for me? Cap, you're related to Big O, right?
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're related
Yes,
to Big
Cap.
O, right?
Go ahead, Cap.
No, I'm not. I fuck around. I say he's my uncle. He's my cousin. I live in his efficiency just to say it because I know right now he's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look. Hey, I've gone at it with him so many years that he could be my cousin at this point.
Okay. I know you had
what's
said
up?
something about that years ago or something like that. So in a space
No.
it came up.
I do it trolling around, bro. I do it trolling around because me and him constantly go at it, bro. I mean, to the point where he tolerates me. You get it? Like he can block me real easily, but he doesn't do it because sometimes I come with good takes. He knows it. I know it. The problem is the situation and the scenario we're in right now. He's pressed for time because he's been pushing Chris Greer and he's been advocating for Chris Greer for a long time. So he needs Chris Greer to hit because if not, his narrative is not going to look good. But at the end of the day, Big O's always done quality content, man. It's just, right now they're playing, you know how it is, the podcast wars, man. Everybody's trying to get them ratings right now, especially since Omar left from there too.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's been an ostracizing character in this community for a while now. I remember back in the day when Joe Rose hated his ass. Him and Joe Rose were going at it. So,
Oh yeah, they've been going at it for years, bro. Years. I've been going at it with him ever since Tannehill and Andrew Luck, and I've been trying to tell him how Tannehill might succeed Andrew Luck because of the injuries and stuff. And we got into it, man. He was like, Andrew Luck's gonna be the next Marino and yada yada yada. And I'm like, all right, I hope you're right. But me and him were constantly going at it all the time, man. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though, man. He's got pull, man. He knows when things are going down. He just doesn't want to say it.
Can y'all hear
But
me
at
now?
the same time,
Yeah. Pete, am I wrong about what Miami players? There's a culture issue here. The weather's too nice. It's glitzy and glamoury. They're not
Jordan.
focused, man.
Jordan. I think these guys are overexerting themselves in this heat. Imagine doing this stuff in training camp and OTA.
The fucking Cap, buddy, respectfully, the fucking heat is in the fucking bedrooms. Everyone, I'm telling you, they're promiscuous. They come down here, they fuck, they suck, they go to the casino, they snort shit. There's something wrong with this fucking place.
You're not far off.
Oh
Even
my
the fucking
God.
coaches. The
Jordan, back
coaches
to
get
football. Back to
high.
football, Jordan. Back to
The
football.
coaches be on that too, sniffing cocaine off of booties.
Hey,
There, yeah.
that
He
don't
wanted
count.
that
That don't
black
count.
booty.
That don't count. Okay, I got a name for you guys. Half of you might know this name. KJ Osborne as a receiver.
I don't. I mean, he was producing, but as your number 3, you mean?
As your number 3.
I
He
mean,
would
he's
go to
got height.
Atlanta. Kirk
You need a
Cousins
big
loves
body.
him.
You guys want a jump ball guy? You want a slot receiver? What do you want?
We need both. So we need 2 receivers actually. So
Yeah, we got 2
I just want to go
Smurfs.
younger. I want to go younger.
We should probably go
So
big. We got to go
Uh-oh.
big. Bigger is better, they say. We got to go big.
Uh-oh, Pete, you got problems, Pete.
I might have to rename a stream.
You're
I might
done,
have to
Pete.
rename a stream.
You're done. You're done.
I
You're
need
done,
the
Pete.
Jimmy Garoppolo thumbnail in a Dolphin uniform. I
Yeah, that's going to disrupt your Justin Fields narrative, Pete.
mean, the
Pete,
Justin
don't
Fields.
start.
I mean, who's cheaper? And let's
Here we
just be
go.
honest here.
Here
Not
we
only
go.
is it cheaper, let's just say.
Oh my God.
Let's just say you had a prior business partner. You know that one business partner you did business with, and that one business partner you did business with the first time, it actually went well. A lot of things went great. Maybe it didn't end the way that the deal was supposed to win $5 million, but at the end of the day, you were happy with $3 million. This is the friendship. This could be potential be the guy that could come in with that same Justin Fields backup label role. It could be Jimmy. It could be Jimmy that steals the
Guys,
show
that's
in
Friday's
Miami.
show. Friday's show is
Wow.
I got to go,
Jimmy
guys.
G
See ya.
is Dolphins.
You don't like Jimmy. I would want to go too. A lot of people don't like Jimmy.
McDaniel coached Jimmy, no?
That's what I'm saying. McDaniel smelled success with him. What McDaniel wanted last year, division title with Tua, he's had it with Jimmy. He's gotten it with Jimmy. He's won playoff games with Jimmy. If his job is on the line, and he knows just as much as the fans know that his seat is hot, he shouldn't even be sitting. He shouldn't even be near his seat because his seat is so hot. Just by being near it, he might start sweating. He needs help at the quarterback position. And I think everybody up here already knows Mike White's not that guy. He's just not that guy. It needs to be someone like Justin Fields that convinces a fan base with a slight chance. And man, I'm not going to say I love it, but
Pete.
Jimmy G has been there. And it's
Pete.
cheap when we're salary cap.
Pete, you're telling me Jimmy is better than Tua?
I think he's smarter than Tua. He would know how to run this offense more with Tua. And most importantly, I don't think he'll have problems with Tyreek Hill.
So did Jimmy help the Niners get to the Super Bowl, or did that defense help the Niners get to that Super Bowl with Jimmy G?
Well, remember they made fun of Jimmy G for only throwing like 10 passes in a playoff game, and they won because they ran it down that team's throat all game.
Yeah,
so
and the overpass to in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so McDaniel kind of like ran the ball with him. So he believes in. He doesn't stop running the ball with Jimmy Garoppolo, but for some weird reason, since it's so Tyreek Hill led over here, and Tua doesn't have that it factor of respect from a quarterback, he just lets pass. Where in fact, everybody been saying it the last 2 years, and coach included, run. See what I'm saying? What you call it, Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have that. I need to prove to this fan base that I'm a quarterback. They won't have that issue. They won't have, I need to prove that Tyreek Hill is a good receiver. Jimmy Garoppolo could come in and just run the offense smooth and just run it at ease with no problems, no issue, no drama. Let's just win games. With Tua and McDaniel, it doesn't seem that way. It seems more like when they were hitting in stride and they got that little, they got that 4 or 5 game stretch where Tua was cooking up, right? He was cooking up microwavable noodles, but they were good at that time. We were hungry and we were eating it and we needed it. Sometimes you need to go wear a cheap plate because the bills came late. And they were coming in right on time. And you saw what was happening. Oh, I got receipts. Tua had receipts. McDaniel's hyped up. McDaniel's out here flow showing, and so is Tua. They couldn't keep that same motivation. They couldn't keep that same body language off the field. Remember, go back to that Chargers game, week 1. Throws a touchdown next to Mostert or whoever that was in back of the end zone. You see that fire in Tua. He's celebrating, woo, doing little dances on the field. That stopped. We didn't see Tua jiggy with it late in December or January. We didn't. That confidence left his body. That's why I told people earlier on this stream. Versus the Kansas City Chiefs, you go back, look at that second half, and tell me the body language doesn't feel like the game is over to a lot of people. It's the way it is. We're in trouble. A lot of these people up here know it. Mountie, I hope you know it. I hope you know it, Capman, and I hope you know it too, Ronald. But that's just the way it is.
I don't see. I don't see us going. I mean,
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I really do think that Jimmy might get a call here versus the Justin Fields thing. Jimmy's
Yeah,
more
but is
likely
Mike White still here? Is Mike White going to be re-signed? Do you think?
Mike White is nothing. Mike White is nothing. He got nothing.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Mike McDaniel's thinking.
But see the thing is, I don't think Jimmy G will want to back up Tua. He at least
he's not starting anywhere.
But I think he's gonna want to at least get a chance to compete for a starting job.
Unless he goes back to New England.
No, I look right now with the Jets. They signed Tyrod Taylor to that deal or whatever. They solidified their backup. The Dolphins, I think even though we haven't released them, I don't feel like McDaniel feels safe with him. And I'm talking about Mike White. We have to upgrade the backup quarterback position. The field make this organization not lose their spot. They're gonna get fired, hitching their wagon to Tua. I know what I'm telling you guys. No, they won't. If they land at Justin Fields and they win,
listen.
If they land Justin Fields, Ronald, we win the division.
Super Bowl.
Win one home playoff. I'm telling you right now, Ronald Greer is like a mastermind. That's all we need to do. And this is another year he gets an opportunity. And all he has to do this year is win the division and win that first round playoff game.
I'm telling you right now,
he's all forgiven.
I think now I will tell you this. I think Justin Fields in this offense will be Buffalo's worst nightmare.
But I agree. But I don't see Greer and friends making that trade. I would love to see it, but they're not going to do it because you know why? They're married to Tua. Okay,
that's not true.
Married to Tua. Yes, it is true.
That's not. If they were married to Tua, why didn't they pay him right before free agency started?
Don't worry, it's coming.
No, it was supposed to come before free agency started, Ronald. That's what you're not understanding. That would have opened up salary for us to keep Robert Hunt. That would have opened up salary to keep some of these guys that we let walk out the door, like Andrew
They're signing
Bankico.
Tua, bro.
They're not. They're past that. They're not married. They're in the question mark situation. He's still a walking question mark. Ronald, let me ask you a question. Your honest opinion.
Yeah.
You think that Tua, he knocked out, that he's not injury prone anymore? That's it? You think you still believe he could potentially be injury prone?
Yep. He could get injured going to his car. Okay?
But what happened, Ronald? He just finished a full year.
Doesn't, because it was fake. It was a whole bunch of throws in 3 seconds.
Listen, I said this last year. When we picked up his 5th-year option, I guarantee you, Greer, if it be up to him, he's gonna want to see Tua play 2 years before he considers giving him the bag.
I hope you're right, man. Because
at least maybe the middle of the season, maybe depending on how he's playing. No way. I'm not. No way. I'm not. So see, that's the thing. Look at Buffalo. Look at Los Angeles. You give your quarterback the bag. Look.
They're done.
See Tua. And see the thing is, Tua. He's so limited, and he needs so much around him to offset his shortcomings. If you pay him when Tyreek Hill gone, I mean, you got to pay Waddle. You're gonna have to pay Jalen Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pay Holland.
Imagine the coaches are going up to the players like Waddle and Tyreek and the other receivers and tight ends, and they're asking them, "Hey, who you guys want to?" Forget Tyreek, all the other receivers. Who imagine the coaching staff is like, "Who would you rather play with, Tua or Justin Fields? Who you think the rest of the receiving course is gonna say they rather play with or give them more chance to win?" I think they're gonna say Justin Fields. I truly believe they'll say Justin Fields. They've seen Justin Fields on that field, and a lot of these secondary players, the second receiver, the second tight end, they barely got options. They never got the ball thrown their way. Tua doesn't go to them, so they're not even. Waddle is not happy with Tua. And shout out to Terrence, man. I wish Terrence was out there. He'll click that link and come up here. Terrence was out here, man. He told us a while ago, right? And what did he tell us? That he spoke to Jalen Waddle's people, and I don't want to say exactly what person, but he spoke to a Jalen Waddle's family member at a game, and
Put
they
a
told
name
him
on it, Pete. Put a name on it.
Jalen Waddle's mom. The man spoke to Jalen
Oh,
Waddle's mom,
Pete.
and one of our guys in the community here, and he was talking about that ankle injury and how it could potentially be a longevity issue, and I believe also Terrence was out here saying how he's not happy with some of the situation, how it's not how it's going here in Miami. Yeah, those reports, I believe them and I'm buying them, and I wouldn't be shocked, bro. Let me tell y'all something. I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears give us Justin Fields, we trade Waddle, we get their ninth pick in the draft, and we get Justin Fields, and we give up Jalen Waddle, and we have 2 first-round draft picks, and we have Justin Fields, and now we have Justin Fields with Tyreek in a wide receiver heavy draft.
Pete.
Can you
I
believe that?
can't. Pete, I
No
can't
way,
trade.
bro.
Pete, how could you trade Waddle? First of all, Waddle. If you look at film, Jalen Waddle is our best route runner. He's a way better route runner than Tyreek Hill. I
But
mean, the way he
no,
comes out of breaks.
Monty, personally, I would trade Waddle for the 9th pick. I would, but it's not going to happen, Pete. They're not going to.
No. Tyreek Hill's 30 years old.
Yep.
You know, he may play another year, or so like that. He's talking about he wants to retire. Man, too risky.
He's on the
That's
wrong side
another
of
thing.
30, Monty. He's on the wrong
Let me
side
ask
of
you,
30.
Mountie, if Tyreek Hill thought he could win a Super Bowl, you think he'll be talking retirement?
Oh, probably not. He knows he's probably not gonna win over here.
Paid, Brian.
So
That's it.
so by him
He came over here to get paid.
To get paid.
Exactly.
That's it.
But listen, but him and Teron Armstead, both of them included, both of them are mumming retirement. That's
Listen,
not a good look on the quarterback when
Tyreek
some of
need
your
to get
top
paid and
paid
get
players.
arrested. That's it.
Yeah, but but when your top paid players, your top talent on the team is mumming retirement, and let me tell you, Tyreek doesn't look like he's close to slowing down anytime soon. But at the same time, he's already, I might retire, do streams on Twitch, play Fortnite. Like that's
Let
how you gonna go
me
from
ask you.
having to play football to play Fortnite? You can't have fun like
Let,
that.
let me ask you this question. Do you think Xavier Howard will be willing to come back here if we had a better quarterback?
1,000%.
Xavier Howard.
Because remember, Xavier Howard, it was alleged that he was the one that said last year before last, that he's wasting his career here with Tua.
Xavier.
Let's not forget that.
Watch. He's going to go to the highest bidder. That's it. Whoever
He might end up in Houston.
Then he's going to be there. If Houston's going to give him the bag, that's where he's going. Xavier is about himself, bro. Himself. Cat.
Well,
Yeah, but he
and then
already.
Xavier Howard could go somewhere for 4 million
Nah.
because he got the bag from us.
No.
Yup.
He's not getting the bag anywhere. He's too
He's
old.
going
He's
to
too
the
injury
highest
prone.
bidder. Highest bid. He's
Yeah,
gonna get
but that
someone's gonna
first
get more than $4 million.
Ron, Ronald. Yeah, you're right. He might go to the highest bidder. I agree. But
Yeah, but the
if
highest
it's
bidder
a
maybe
crappy
four
team,
million.
if it's
No,
a crappy
Monty.
team, yeah, if it's a crappy team, let's say Ronald, whatever the price is, compared to a team like Buffalo that's paying him a little below average but has a chance to win the Super Bowl, I think Xavier, where he's at now, like Mounty pointed out, he's already ate so much money from the Dolphins throughout the years. He's a player that would love nothing more but to stick it to this organization and win with a counterpart. Just like they
Nah.
got Poyer, I wouldn't be shocked if Xavier Howard lands in Buffalo and
That
has
would
to
be
sit there
it would
and
be
jam up
interesting.
Tyreek Hill on Sundays 2 times in a season now.
If
That's the
Houston has
issue.
back for him, he's going to Houston. He's going to the most money.
Yeah, the
He's
same
from
way they were
Texas.
saying Justin Fields was going to Atlanta, and look what happened there. You see, some of these players, they behind closed doors, they could be blocking things. Behind closed doors, Justin Fields could have told Ryan Pace, "Hey, I know you're trading me, and I appreciate you doing me a favor, letting me pick the team that I want to go to. And here's the teams that I would like to, at least compete for a job." And I guarantee you, when he showed Ryan Pace, the general manager of the Bears, that list, I guarantee you, the number one team on that list at number one was the Miami Dolphins. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because Tua isn't up here scaring quarterbacks from coming over here and making them believe like they can't get a starting role. It's not hard to this guy is not he's not scary. These other quarterbacks actually, that's why I say the reason that we didn't get Russell Wilson and we let the Steelers get Russell Wilson had to be an organizational shift in that department where they know where they're standing and who they're going to get, which could potentially be Justin Fields right now.
Bro, hey, they just let go. I think it's a mutual agreement. I just saw it now from forgot this guy's name on Twitter, bro. They said like a half hour ago, Mike Williams. What do you think about Mike Williams?
Mike Williams, the Chargers receiver, to be quite honest, I'm a little shocked that he did that. Um, he's not a bad player, but here in this system with Tua, it's not gonna work out, Cap. It's not. He's like a Mike
Mike
Williams.
Williams is not gonna. I
Yeah,
don't think he's gonna be a number three. He's not gonna be a number three.
he's like a Mike Evans. If Mike Evans was here in Miami under Tua, Cap, he wouldn't get 1,000 yards. That streak will end. Tua needs separators, guys that can separate and be away from defenders, so Tua can see you open and then throw you the ball. Um, and unfortunately, Mike Williams, a big body
Gee,
guy that
that is
Devontae Parker.
100%. That is actually how you put that out there. That's 100%. Tua needs guys who can separate, who clear separation. He. That's not his thing. Is throwing money balls. He's guys got to be kind of somewhat open, collegiate open.
And he's also injury prone, like Tony pointing out. He's also injury prone. He's big body. I would have preferred to bring back y'all not gonna believe me, but Devontae Parker. Philly picked up Devontae Parker.
No, 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 no.
Philly got Devontae Parker in a trade, and I felt like that trade was worth it to at least let Devontae Parker come back home and finish his career like
Nah,
other
I'm good.
organizations do with some players. They do that.
Nah.
Excuse me. And it just feels like Devontae Parker probably had the opportunity, but y'all know what I'm gonna say, and I don't want to say it, but I have to say it in case people don't know what I will say. I don't think he said, "I'll go over there and end my career with Tua." You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing. People don't believe me, but people are scared to come over here and play because they don't believe, and that's just the reality, man. And we got to sit here and accept it. And you know what's crazy? We are a playoff team coming off a playoff berth 2 years in a row,
Yo, dímelo,
but it looks
papá.
bad. What's up,
Dímelo, papi.
MCJB?
Young
¿Cómo estás,
blood,
hermano? ¿Cómo
What
estás,
you
good.
rapping?
hermano?
What you rapping about today? See,
Dímelo.
Dímelo, papi, ¿cómo estás? Mi boricua.
Dímelo, niño.
Yo soy puertorriqueño. That's what I'm rapping about. Puertorriqueño. What up,
Mhm.
bro? Hold on, my bad. Let me chill out. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
You gotta rap about that
Nothing, man.
mofongo, bro.
Dale, bro. Hey, yeah.
The
Me gusta
mongoose, the mongoose,
mofongo.
the mongoose.
Man, mofongo. That shit bueno, bro. That shit bueno. I love mofongo.
So what you think, young blood? What do you think about the move so far? You like it? You suspect? You what do you think?
Man, hell no. What the fuck kind of question is that? Fuck no. We ain't.
So you like it?
Man, what's up, Papa?
So you like the moves? All the moves so far? You
No,
like them?
Papa, I don't.
Oh?
Fuck no. I don't like none of the. Well, no. Okay, my bad. I'm lying. I like one move that we made, and that was the Shaq Barrett. I do like that. I do like that. I love that. That's a good move. You know,
So are,
MCJB.
he. God damn.
hey, so are we optimistic or pessimistic?
I love every
Oh,
move Greer has done, Cap. He gets an
wait,
A
wait.
minus in my book. He gets an A minus so far, and especially with the way I'm feeling, he's gonna pull off this trade for Justin Fields. MC, how would you feel when you wake up tomorrow or next week and Justin
Hold
Fields is
on.
a Dolphin?
My bad. We all talking about me? What happened? My bad. What was the
Justin
question?
Field becomes a Dolphin. How you feeling? We got a chance?
Sure. Why not? See. Yeah, we have a chance. See. He'll be
He feel.
he'll be good in the rotation. See.
There you go.
Now,
Even
I'm
if
gonna
you
say
got to tush push him, even if we got to tush push him, he's good in the rotation.
See.
I'm gonna say this to you. Hey, I'm gonna say this to you. If it was last year, of course, with that defense, of course. But do you think this defense is gonna surpass our defense from last year?
Damn. I don't know, Papa. I don't know.
We ended up what, almost top 5, right? Fangio had him at least. They cracked the top 10 at one point.
Oh,
So are we?
wait. You did. Hold on, Papa. Hold on. Did you just say the defense compared to last year and this year? My bad. I am driving
Yeah,
and barely hearing nothing.
yeah. I know it's premature because we haven't played on the field yet. We got to see the results and the play do
See.
its talking. But are you
Hold on.
optimistic?
So hold on, before I even answer that, weren't we? This defense was. We were so confident last year on the offseason about the defense, Vic Fangio, and and we had a good defense of going into the season. Then it just I don't know what happened this year
Some
or this year that's coming up. We half of the fucking defense is gone.
look. I'm gonna tell you one
Half of
thing
the,
that I've
Go ahead,
experienced as
Papa.
being a Dolphin fan, and I know if you've seen it, I know everybody on this panel seen it, I know everybody in the chat seen it. We've always seen our Dolphins never have a perfect balance. It's either the defense is good or the offense is good. I just hope. I just don't hope.
On
I just
God.
don't hope we don't. I
Cap is
just don't hope we don't
preaching.
fall into that situation, bro. Like if
Cap
we
is
fall into that
preaching. Cap,
situation,
you know it. You already know it, Cap. You know
you
this.
know,
You've been in this
it's like
game. You know the book. It's the same thing every time. You know
so
it.
the offense is gonna ball. The offense is gonna be better than last year, but I'm just afraid that the defense might not hold its own, being that
You
it's
know
all
that's the
new
truth.
personnel.
You know it's coming, man.
You
You
know,
got
I mean,
peanut
like I
butter
just,
with no jelly.
yeah, because
Ham
I
with
mean,
no
Jonnu
burger.
Smith. Look, I like Jonnu, man. Like I think Jonnu's gonna help us score more than 21 points a game. That's my opinion. I think we're gonna do more than 21 points a game with him. But if we do all that production on offense, not making moves because we trust our offense, just to let all these, like, and I'm not putting anything out there. I'm just saying, like, that would be so wrong to have that offense come through now, and then this new personnel turnover on defense not come through. Like, I really hope we get both sides of the ball this time, bro. We deserve it.
So Cap, check this out. Check this out. You just mentioned that the defense. I'm still concerned about the O line. I don't see the O line yet.
That's a good
I
point. I
don't
didn't even
see
bring
it.
that up yet.
The O line, I don't see it yet.
But are we really worried about the offensive line?
Hold on,
Yes,
didn't
I
we?
am.
Hold on. Didn't we get that center from Tennessee?
That's one.
Yeah, but
That's
that
one
means
of 5
that means
positions.
Connor has to stay. If Connor doesn't stay, we still need depth.
Connor's not ready till
All right,
mid-October.
carry on.
I think our offensive line is solidified. If you ask
Who's the
me,
left guard, Pete?
Eichenberg or Robert Jones.
Robert Jones is a backup, and I
He's a
can
Robert
believe
Jones
starter.
is solid. Robert Jones is solid.
Robert
he's a
Jones,
He's pretty
backup.
good.
Yeah, he's a
first of
backup.
all, he's not. He could be easily implemented into that starting role. 2 years under Butch Barry, same system. He has the advantage. It's going to be Eichenberg, right guard, like you pointed out. Greg
Mhm.
Jones, left guard, and next thing you know, this new center at center with Austin Jackson and Armstead at tackle. Our offensive line is good. That's that's
Nah,
that's. I would
I don't.
say top. I would say top 10 in the league with that offensive line.
No,
You bring that
sir.
back.
No, sir.
It is, especially.
Armstead could get injured taking a dump. You know
Well,
that.
that is, yeah.
You
Well,
know
we're
that.
not
He
okay.
goes down, take a
Depth on
squat.
the
Next thing you
offensive
know,
line.
his ACL is
Depth.
gonna pop. You know that,
Well, he
guys.
does have a spaghetti leg, but at the same time, you got to project him healthy right now.
That dude is fragile. Right now, all we know is Jackson at the right tackle. The center has to learn the system. He has to figure out can he give a snap to Tua? Because as you all know, we're gonna blame the new center when Tua fumbles the ball 3 times in the first game. You know that. I wanted that center from Buffalo. That's the guy that I wanted. He's more solid. He's a little bit older, which I don't like, but he's has more oomph and more
Yeah,
juice.
but when you
He's a bigger
got
dude.
that center from Buffalo, that old, and you got the center that we
I know.
got, young and talented, and the way he can move, who are you choosing?
He could
I felt
move,
like
but
we
he
did the
can't
better
push.
move.
He's more finesse.
It feels
He's
like
more
Mitch Morch
finesse.
is more broken. The Jaguars are desperate, and more often than not, if you look, it feels like Mitch Morch is going to be the center that's going to get hurt. This guy looks fluent.
Hey,
This guy
Papa, I gotta
Bowers,
let y'all
what's
go.
yes.
Lo siento, I gotta let y'all go.
Do your thing, man. Drive safe. You said you were driving, MCJB, man.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Thank you
Gracias,
for coming
gracias,
up, bro.
bro. Dale.
Dale.
Hands up, man. Yeah, but I've been up here, man, for a minute. We've been discussing this whole situation about Justin Fields, the way that I felt, why the smoke is out there. It's the table. It's the way they flip the table, is the way they flip the script, and it's the way that you have to treat Tua as a quarterback in order to be considered a backup to not hurt his feelings. Everything that they're doing with Justin Fields leads me to believe that that smoke is going to turn to fire in these upcoming days. And that's why I'm trying to explain to people. A lot of people, oh, you're trolling. It's not trolling if you feel these sentiments based on what you feel and how you're taking all the information throughout the entire time since the season has ended and how they have switched. Like, does it make sense, Cap? How they have Justin Fields has not played a game yet. The season was over, dude. But yet, when the season was over, he was looked at as a first round. You got to trade a high draft pick for him. Now, out of nowhere, now he's labeled as a backup, Cap, Ronald, and now he's going for a late round draft pick. What is that? How is that
So
making
as of
sense
right
now?
now, what? As of right now, what? Seattle has a quarterback now.
And he's not. He doesn't rub me as a
Hello.
Sean Payton type guy. I hear you now. You were breaking up, but the Broncos don't have a quarterback, and he's not rubbing me as a Sean Payton type of guy.
Yeah, man. Like I just if you can hear me right now, yeah. Like we're starting to name off the teams that picked up quarterbacks now. They're saying right now that his chances of getting dealt are getting pretty slim now, but it's possible that it might happen more close to what the Bears wanted. Now the Bears,
You're kind of breaking up, Cap, but I'm pretty much picking up what you're saying, that the market was up, but now since all the other quarterbacks got the other teams got their quarterback, the market is shallowing down. And what does that mean? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
you're gonna have
We
to.
could turn around.
You're gonna have to. If move, that's the best time to make a move because the other side has to.
Man, I wish you wasn't breaking up, Cap, man, to be quite honest with you. Maybe you should try to come back.
Cap, you driving?
Oh, man, that's what I'm looking for. Like you have and you don't have it anymore.
Sounds really bad, Cap.
You sound like a transformer.
Well, what are you thinking, Jay Stone? Two Bradley? That's not. I don't know what he meant by that comment. Yeah, he was
Hmm.
breaking up. It's pretty bad. Well, what are you thinking about that, Ronald?
Which one? About what?
My Justin Fields stuff. It doesn't make any
Man,
sense.
come on, man.
You
Greer's
think
not
it's
going to make that trade, bro.
Why do you think if Greer has
Be-
consistently told us if an
because
opportunity arises and
Greer
it's
will.
there, he's going to go grab it. He
He's
changes
not
his
going to
mind.
admit that he was wrong on Tua. Okay,
Oh no?
Justin's going to come in here and takes Tua's job. So that's why he's not going to make that trade. You know it. I know it. Okay.
But who does that help if it makes the Miami Dolphins better?
Miami Dolphins. But Greer's not
And it
about that.
helps Greer. Yes,
Greer makes the weirdest moves. You know that, man. I don't see him.
I mean, he's
It'll be a
nailed
nice
every move
move.
this offseason. Every move he's made right now has been to perfection. The Patrick Queen overpaying, we didn't really need that. We got a younger, more athletic guy that can play man coverage and cover guys that's faster in that dude Brooks. He's gonna be that starter. And I just felt like everything Greer did, not paying Christian Wilkins all that money. He gets a good grade for that. Everybody, we lost a good player, but he also didn't desperately pay for a good player.
The
Now,
thing
without
is,
paying him, he solidified the linebacker. We had a hole at middle linebacker. Now we have depth at middle linebacker.
who's
With
your
two
starting cornerback?
You gotta put your chips in the bucket, and with the high draft pick that you used last year on Cam Smith, use his services because he's not a washed up prospect. There was clearly issues with the coaching staff that I was trying to point out to a lot of people last year. But just like today, when I'm saying this whole Justin Fields trade scenario, why it's smoking and why it could happen, they didn't believe me. They don't think that the locker room was at a disarray. They didn't believe any of that. And it's showing now. It all the season ended and it showed. Guys just completely just said, "Hey, I got this offer, but I don't believe in this locker room. They're not my brothers." And they decided to chase the bag. And that's fine. That's fine. Chase the bag. A lot of guys did a horrible decision, but they changed their projection money wise. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, Robert Hunt, he went to the Carolina Panthers for that money. Great. That's a good financial decision. But to be considered to win something, Panthers don't look like they're gonna win anything for the
Nah,
next
they ain't
couple
doing
seasons.
nothing, bro. They ain't nothing.
You know?
Three
You know,
games.
so
3 games.
sometimes you gotta be able to sit here and say, hey, Miami, I believe Miami will win before the Panthers, but Miami's only offering me 70 million while the Panthers are offering me 100. You
No, you
gotta
gotta take
eat
that
that.
money, bro. You gotta take
You,
that money.
no, you gotta eat that. You gotta eat that.
You gotta take that
Because you
money.
got to play to win. You got to play to believe. You got to play to build camaraderie and sustainability.
Nah, player.
You're already
This is the
getting good
league.
money.
You're only here for a short
70
period of
million
time.
to 100 million. Come on, man. You're
You gotta take
already
the
in the
100 million,
middle.
man. You gotta take the
That's
100 million. Cap will take the 100 million. Ain't that right,
I'm
Cap? You take 100 million or 70 million?
I'm taking believing to win, staying with the family I was
All right,
brought
let it
up
go,
with,
Pete. Let it
and
go.
give me the 70 million. Thank you.
Cap, 70 million or 100 million? What are you taking? You're on mute.
If you say it like 70 million or 100, no,
Oh,
you
here he
got to
is. Here
say it
he is.
like this: 70 million, and you stay with your loved ones, your beautiful family, or 100 million, and you going away and not winning anything. At least
$100
staying,
million, Pete. I'm
at
taking
least
every
staying,
single.
But you're
you
win,
have a chance of
but you're
winning
winning with
something with 70.
Ah, you're still bad, Cap. You're still bad, bro. You must be in Alligator Alley, bro. We can't hear you.
No, remember what Cap said earlier in the stream? He switched to Cricket Mobile. He should stay with Metro PCS.
We got to get Cap a new phone line.
bro. Stop.
Jesus Christ. All right, let me ask Mounty the question. Mounty, 70 million or 100 million?
What do you mean? For
We're
what?
talking about the left guard that left.
Robert Hunt, right?
Robert Hunt.
Robert
Right
Hunt.
guard.
Let's
Right
say
guard.
look. I'm gonna ask you.
Dude, he Robert Hunt basically. Look, first thing I'm gonna say, Robert Hunt, we're gonna miss you. Go make your money.
Go
He
make your
reset the
money.
guard. he reset the guard market for real. Like he blew it up.
Yeah,
Because
but let
Pete's
me
saying
ask
he
you,
should
let
have
me ask
stayed.
you, let
I'm
me
like, you
ask
don't
you in
want to
this
stay.
way, Mounty. Mounty, let me ask you in this scenario. If you have two offers, you have 70 million, you can stay with your family, your team, everyone you believed in, what you were building upon, and there's a chance of winning a Super Bowl there, right? Within those 4 to 5 years, your contract you just signed. There is a high chance you could win a Super Bowl there. But once you pick that $100 million contract, there's no chance of winning a Super Bowl in Carolina. There's just no chance. So are you picking the one with a higher chance of winning with that amount of money? Or are you picking all that amount of money with low chances, almost no chances of winning a Super Bowl? You see, you got to stay quiet. It's kind of
The
hard to
Runs is
leave
on
the
mute.
family. It's kind of
Unmute
hard to
Runsey.
leave the family. You see, he's thinking
Bro, it's
about it.
not
He's
about the
like, man, I
family.
can't leave the
It's
family.
about getting paid. He has to get paid. Mountie, go ahead.
Listen. Listen. I'm gonna tell you this. And you know, I'm 50 years old, and I've learned over the years. Yeah, the ultimate goal, at least back in the day, the ultimate goal was, to win a Super Bowl. But now, today's times now, winning a Super Bowl is somewhat secondary. It's about that generational wealth, especially when you had a modest living coming up, or you guys didn't have very much coming up. You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and you don't really know what privilege is. And when you got a chance to make millions of dollars, you know what I mean? To make some real moves, you making the kind of money that you can change your family's lives forever. So it's they got to get that bread, man. That's why Robert Hunt went over there.
He had to go. Take that money, bro. Take that money.
Yeah, I'm a miss him, but dude, I mean, you got to get your money, man.
Get your money. Now, here's where Greer messed up. Greer should have signed him to a long term a couple of years ago before his contract ran out. And that's my beef with Greer. He let these guys, except for Tua, let their contract runs out before he signs them long term. Like Jason Phillips, get him signed up before it gets to the 5th year. Waddle, if he doesn't want to sign up, trade him. Get these guys on the cheap before it hits the market.
Bradley, I would love for you to click that link, dude.
I'm gonna tell you.
Stop with that. Stop with
I'm gonna tell
that,
you right
Bradley.
now.
Stop.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Tua's agent is fighting tooth and nail to fucking get him an extension.
That's right.
I'm telling, because I'm gonna tell you something.
Baby.
Because there's nobody else in the league that's gonna pay him near that.
It's not a lie, Ray J. It's all feelings, and there's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of smoke, and due to the turbulence that's been going on, how they flipped and all the media, it was all flipping. First, Justin Fields was a first-round draft trade, and now he's labeled as a backup, and now he's looked at as a low draft grade. How they flipped is leading me to believe that the story is being told so he can land in Miami with a narrative that he's here as a backup quarterback. And we'll potentially use Mike White in the trade. Who knows? Send Mike White to Chicago. Oh no, they already signed their backup, Brett Ripien.
Oh, they don't want no Mike White.
The Bears already signed the quarterback. They got their Brett Ripien guy. They just signed him 2 hours ago. Breaking news on Justin Fields' trade to Miami is going to be coming shortly near you.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this. The Justin Fields trade coming here is going to be highly contingent on Tua's contract extension. Because Greer probably already knows, he has a number in his head what he's going to offer Tua, and if they're trying to break the bank, then I'll go ahead and package Tua and a draft pick or something like that. Package Tua and move off him. Because for Justin Fields, because to extend him, just to think about, it's an upgrade in certain areas, and it's going to be so much cheaper to extend a Justin Fields as it would a Tua Tagovailoa financially.
It makes sense.
And you get you get a mobile quarterback, a big arm.
Makes sense, yes. But
And
I
since
don't
they
trust
already have that
Chris
label,
Greer. I do not trust Chris Greer. Where's these people? Where's Ray and what's that guy's name? That just sent the Ray, get on the panel, Ray. Come on.
Wow, and very interesting. You see, all I had to let him know
So,
what the
so
score
Pete, you
was,
do
and people
hey
are
Pete,
opening their eyes. It's a narrative they're
hey,
carrying, and they're gonna make this fan base sit here. Once this trade goes
hey, hey,
down, it's gonna say
Hey
on
Pete, do I make
ESPN,
sense or not?
backup court of 100%, a
Yeah, you
hundred
make
percent.
sense. But again, Chris Greer will make that move. He will not do it. Won't. Won't do it.
Dude, look, Justin Fields will be so much cheaper to extend.
And you know
So much
exactly,
cheaper.
and you could also do what the Packers did with Jordan Love. Instead of giving him that 5th year option, they turned around and gave him a 2-year deal, right? A 2-year contract. Prove it.
Yep.
And if you prove it, now we're going to go ahead and see and build around. Look what the Packers. The Packers are not known to be free agency hogs and be out
But
there
the
going
Packers
after
know what
free
they're
agents the
doing,
way they did.
bro.
Yeah, the
You
Packers
know?
are always building through the draft and developing their guys. But now they
Greer
know
does not. Greer has been for how long? Can someone tell me how long Greer has been here?
he's been
16
here
years or
before.
something like that.
I
17
when
years.
Greer came into the organization, I didn't have a lick. I didn't even have a beard. I didn't have hair on my face.
So
I
guess
had
what?
no.
We've been
Now
losing
I'm
all
about to
these
start growing white
years,
hairs on my
and he's
beard
still
because
here.
of the
He's
stress
still
he gives
here.
me.
That's like
Yeah.
having the mechanic that can't fix the car. Okay, the plumber that can't fix the toilet. That's what we got. That's Chris Greer. He fails as a GM for us, man.
No,
Because we got
he
no
Well,
playoff wins. We got nothing.
I wouldn't say. I
And
wouldn't
he is
necessarily.
talking
I
shit.
wouldn't. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't necessarily say Greer is a fail. He's hit on some of his moves.
Some of his
It's just
moves. Me, you, and
he has
Pete
a
could draft better than
he's
that
good
guy.
at
Come on, man.
one thing I would say about Chris Greer. He makes moves to put asses in seats. He makes
That's
flashy
it.
moves.
That's
The
it. But we
Jalen
don't win.
Ramseys and
We
the
don't
Bradley
win.
Chubbs, and he makes flashy moves.
But guess what? We don't win. It hasn't gotten us anything. This dude,
Well, 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 Chris Greer. That's a
okay.
combination of coaching. He just gives you the players. Now the coaches and the players have to get out there and make it happen.
Nah, Greer hit Ronald. Greer hit. He actually he has me at ease. You know, it's a little shocking, but we have the cheetah and the penguin, Ronald. We could put up points any Sunday with any quarterback. Throw
what
in Brock
happened in the last
Osweiler,
game? What happened in the
but
last game?
I mean, a lot of the guys that don't believe in Tua knew that the cold temperature was gonna freeze them up.
What
We
happened in the
already
game
knew that.
before that?
We already knew that. Tua can't beat Buffalo. He's scared. We already know he's scared of Buffalo.
What happened
That's
against
another thing.
Tennessee?
He's scared of Mike Vrabel. He's proven
Bro,
he's scared of Mike Vrabel. That Mike Vrabel defensive scheme eats him up and scares him up. Tua plays. Tua, you see, look, Tua plays with fear on
what
certain
happened
teams.
against Baltimore?
Which one? The one that he got lucky with the comeback when the Ravens
That
probably
was 2
ate.
years ago. The most recent one where we got punched in the face.
That's what I'm saying. That outside zone, I mean that inside zone, that outside man, that's gonna cause havoc to Tua because with the scheme that we're transitioning to now, which is the reason why I have faith. I told Crypto yesterday I had us ranked like going into the season 27 or 28. I'm not gonna lie, with these latest linebacker moves, I really like them. I'm gonna say we're right now at least a top 20 defense. In between 20, we got better. In between 20 and 12 right now with the moves so far we've done. That's how huge moves we've done, and I give it a Greer. That game right there, I just don't know what to tell you, man. Tua is just is a lost cause in that one, man. He was a lost cause in that one, man. Too many short, man. You're bringing us back games that Skyler could have potentially. I don't know if Skyler beats that Ravens game with 50 something points, but here's why it's important to have a Justin Fields or upgraded at the quarterback that can extend plays with these weapons that we have, right? The cheetah and
Hey,
dog.
Pete. Last I checked, Skylar Thompson put up 31 points in his playoff debut.
Exactly. And what was he doing with a bad offensive line? Rushing, running, buying time. Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions, but at the same time, we had a fight in that fight. So it was a good fight to the end. It wasn't a sad layoff. It wasn't letting the clock run out. We're in field goal range late in the game, and we're not even kicking a field goal because it's useless. It was a sad ending, man. Really was that Kansas City. It destroyed a lot. And I think it woke up the owner. And that's why the name of the title today is Justin Skyler Fields could potentially be traded to the Miami Dolphins shortly, based on how they have changed the narrative on that guy's name. I can't believe I'm the only one that actually sits here and looks at it that way, because it makes no sense to me. And then when you plug it up, the team that needs the backup quarterback and the team that needs the trade to happen is the Miami Dolphins, which gives them a better chance of winning with a cheap rookie quarterback on contract. And you're gonna tell me that label doesn't fit our team? Because of the fact that if you bring competition to Tua, I just got off the phone with Stephen A. Smith the other day. He told me there's a 0% chance we sign Russell Wilson. And the fact still remains, he said, because of the fact that Tua cannot have competition in the quarterback room. He can't. He doesn't accept it and he doesn't take it good. Now, since I heard that, I thought we're doomed. But now look what's turning around. Look what's
But what kind
happening
of
when you
shit is that to say
I
for any leadership? He can't be competed with. Like, really?
I mean, look at Mitchell Trubisky signs with Buffalo and he's backing up. You know, people will say, "Oh, but Mitchell Trubisky sucks," but he still has first round pedigree. He still was labeled and viewed as a high
Shit,
valued prospect.
he was drafted before Deshaun Watson.
Exactly. And Buffalo signs him. But the Dolphins, they won't. And we have an injury brittle, injury prone quarterback that can derail the season if he goes down, because Mike White is not going to hold it down. And this is a team and an organization that has put all their chips on the basket for Tua. So I just don't feel like they're doing the service that they need to do, and it sucks. We consistently sit here. We could open up the stream, Mountie and Ronald, and talk about the defense. And we're going to end up going right back to the main problem of the team. And people don't like it. Oh, you guys always talk about Tua. Well, golly, isn't everybody trying to fix the main problem at the house? You don't have a running sink and start thinking about fixing the garden outside. You see what I'm saying? The garden outside might be a problem and it might be looking ugly, but at the same time, the sink is leaking everywhere. That's the important problem. That's what's going to be in discussion in the family house for the majority of the whole time. You get what I'm saying? So I'm so tired of all our problems could be solved, but then it comes back to the quarterback. It's the reality truth.
All right, fellas, I'm dropping out. All right, have a good one, guys.
Hold on. All right, perfect timing, man. You guys have a blessed day. Perfect timing. Family got home. Mountie, appreciate you. Ronald, always, man. Fins up to you guys.
Hey,
I'll
peace
make
up,
another
peace
stream
out.
sometime
Take
soon,
care,
maybe
brother.
Friday or something.
All right,
You too, man. Catch you guys soon. Peace out.
All right.